Hello everyone, my name is Recycle and I'm here today to teach you how to no-hit Elden Ring any percent with the Iron Ball. We're gonna be doing this on patch 110. I already have like a recorded run that I've done a few hours ago, I think. And yeah, we're gonna go through it. We're gonna explain certain things. If something needs to like be explained, I already have like the game loaded here and I can like just alt tab to it and explain things in the game itself. To start things off, we're gonna be talking about the tools that we're gonna be using for like practice. This is like only for PC. I'm pretty sure like there is like save states for like consoles, but I don't own a console and I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna be talking about the save organizer today and the Elden Ring tool. These two tools are like extremely essential. They're going to like help you a lot with practice. They're gonna teach you a lot of stuff. And you can use them to like practice things however you want and however many times you want. The speed soul save organizer is the one we're gonna be using. This one is like fairly simple. You just like launch it. This is going to be empty. You're not gonna have these two folders. You're not gonna have this thing or like the game. You just click on edit profiles, choose the game. So you have like all the Dark Souls games as well as the like Sekiro and Elden Ring. You choose the location of your save file. It's usually like C, user, then your username, like app data, and then roaming, Elden Ring, and the Steam ID as well as like other stuff. So it's fairly simple to set up. You just do that. You choose the ER0000.sl2 and you accept that like the profile directory is also going to be the same place unless you want it to be somewhere else, which is completely fine. And then like I like to normally like sort out the boss fights and the running sections that I'm gonna be explaining. So for example here I have like a save file for each boss fight that I'm going to like be showcasing and such. And I have like save files for certain running sections that I think I would like to like go more in depth on. This guide is going to hopefully be like as in depth as I possibly can make it to be, or like make it out to be, but I don't promise anything. I might forget stuff while recording this, so definitely don't think like this is the ultimate guide or like the last place you're gonna look for like certain things. I'll definitely forget stuff as I'm explaining, but hopefully I'll try to cover as much as possible without forgetting anything. Now for the ER tool, which is like our next tool that we're gonna be using for practice, it's extremely valuable because like you can turn on no death for yourself and like the enemies that you're gonna be fighting, or like the bosses, I guess. You can have Rune Arc forever active, so long like so for example, if you wanna fight a certain boss but you don't want to turn on no death for whatever reason, you can just click on Rune Arc and it will instantly activate. No death is the same, 1 HP out SR, and like max HP are kind of like self-explanatory. The max HP is for the Winged Sword insignia and the 1 HP is for Red Feathered Branch Sword. We're gonna like talk about these two later on. We have the hitbox views. They're like really useful if you wanna know like the hitboxes of a certain attack or like the active frames of a roll or whatever. You can see that with these two. Character mesh like basically shows the mesh of your character as well as the bosses. So for example, if you wanna like aim a headshot on a certain boss, that's going to help you like see the spheres and like the shapes that make up the character. Disable AI is also self-explanatory. Basically nothing is active when you turn that on, so whatever boss you're fighting is gonna stop reacting to anything and is just gonna stand still and stare at you. Repeat last action. Basically like certain attacks or like certain bosses have combos, and you can do like repeat last action to have them like do all the variations for certain combos and like practice certain attacks that you wanna practice. Infinite stamina, FP, and consumables are also like self-explanatory. No gravity is also self-explanatory. No map collision is also the same. It's like essentially no clip. No, not no clip, but like basically you start falling from the map. Sorry. Collision mesh is basically like the mesh of the map itself, not the characters. Hide models just completely hides your character and like the enemies and the bosses. Targeting view is really useful if you want to route like certain running sections that you're like not extremely sure about. For example, like in Farum Azula, like you want to practice a certain running section. A targeting view shows you like what the enemies are able to see in certain, like depending on where they're looking. It's usually like an arc shape. For example, this is the enemy. It's gonna be something like this. That's basically their vision, and like there's a bit of vision behind them, and like sometimes it can extend up to here or up to here, but usually the back of the enemies is like the spot where they can't see anything. What else can I explain? Event regions is also very useful. For example, like certain enemies, like say you're here and enemy is like right here. So you pass this line and an enemy instantly does a certain action every time at the same time because like you cross this line. So that's basically what an event is. Free upgrades is also self-explanatory. Torrent anywhere is also self-explanatory. Combat map, basically like you can open the map even if you're in combat. Disable achievements and stutter fix are extremely useful. I actually use them in most of my practice and runs because the game really likes to lag for me. I don't know why exactly. And like I think I've lost one hitless run from the achievement bug, so yeah, be careful of like that happening. Sound view is also very useful because like for example if I want to throw a kukri to a wall, I can see like what the radius is and like what enemies can hear it and whatnot. Disable events basically disables all the event regions that we mentioned earlier. Free cam and player control, no clip. These three only work on controller as far as I'm concerned, so I'm not going to be discussing them. I only use keyboard and mouse to like play these games. So yeah. Finally we have the spawn item, edit stats, and like the runes. Spawn item, basically you just click that and you choose anything from the items in the game and like drop it to yourself. It's extremely useful if you want to like test out certain builds or like certain weapon levels without like going out of your way to pick up the items and such. Edit stats is also self-explanatory. You just change your attributes. The runes is also self-explanatory. Target option, that's really useful. That's extremely useful. You're gonna see like the HP and the poise of bosses here, as well as the boss reset time, which is like a cooldown that keeps going down. Like the more time passes where you don't hit the enemy. As long as you keep hitting the enemy, this will keep resetting to full and so on. Freeze HP and like these percentages are also like kind of self-explanatory, so we're not gonna go through them. You can also use toggle resistances if you want to see like how resistances on certain enemies scale. And like the coordinations is also like kind of self-explanatory. You can use that to like save your position and teleport. For example, I have like a save for Maliketh and another one for Gideon because like the running sections are kind of tedious to go through and they're not like really that difficult. Oh yeah, I think the last thing that I want to be talking about is the in-game poise view, which is basically this thing, but you can see like the bar in the game itself, which is super nice if you want to like learn how many attacks a boss requires to like get staggered and when like the poise is going to start resetting and such. So for now, I'm just gonna turn on these two, and I'm gonna throw this on the other monitor. Right? We're gonna be talking about the do's and don'ts right now. I think this is also like a very essential thing to talk about. First things first, do practice and learn the bosses with low damage. I think this is like very basic, and like you shouldn't really go ahead and attempt runs if you're not like at least somewhat familiar with the bosses, because even though like you have scripts and even though you have strats, these strats and scripts will one day fail, and if they fail, you don't want to like just panic and like get hit to the boss because like you didn't practice him enough or whatever. So definitely at least put like some effort in learning the moveset of the bosses and get familiar with them before you like attempt the runs, so that you don't like fall into these mistakes. The second thing is practice the running sections and scripts, however easy they may seem to be. Even though like running sections are always easy in this game and like they're extremely stale with Hidden Body and like Assassin's Gambit and these kind of stuff, they are still the most annoying things to get hit to, because like for me at least, and I know many people do like suffer from the same issue, like you practice the bosses and you always get them hitless, and then you get hit to the running sections and you're like, oh cool, I have to practice that again. So definitely practice the running sections, however easy they may seem to be, as well as the scripts, because even though like a script can be, oh yeah, you do 3 charge attacks and the boss is dead, you can miss one of the charge attacks. What are you going to do then? The boss is going to retaliate at that point. Are you going to like just accept your fate and die, or are you going to like deal with it? Number 3 would be like recording your attempts and reviewing the mistakes. This is extremely essential, and I genuinely can't stress it enough. Recording your attempts and like watching your runs and watching whatever shit you're doing and understanding why you made these mistakes is going to teach you a lot and is going to like speed up the learning process way too much. If you don't know something, always feel free to ask. Asking questions is never stupid, and like questions are never stupid, so feel free to ask as many as you want, either to me or to anyone in Team Hitless on the Discord. Now on the don'ts, and I think like this is also like very quick and like self-explanatory. Do not copy everything that I do in this guide without understanding why I'm doing certain things. I'm going to try to go in depth as much as possible on these certain things that I'm mentioning, but like I do fuck up some stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do fuck up some stuff in this run, but it's still hitless, and like I don't really care because like it's just for the guide. I'm just going to like mess up certain things in this run, and I'm going to like point them out when I mess them up, and I'll probably like, I have the game loaded as I said earlier, so I'll just like load back the game and do the running sections that I think that I messed up, and explain why I messed up and how I messed up and how you don't fall into the same mistakes that I did. Because like in this run I was kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't completely paying attention, I suppose. Number 2 would be like, do not instantly memory of grace out like if a script fails. This is extremely essential. I've seen it so many times and I don't want to see it again. So please do not instantly memory of grace out of the arena if a script fails, because most of the time you're going to grace out at like the worst possible timing and end up getting hit to a boss without even like knowing why you got hit, and you just stand there staring at the wall and you're like, oh. But yeah, definitely get familiar with the bosses so you know like at least when to burn out if you don't want to learn the boss moveset. Number 3 would be, do not stall during runs, even if you're nervous. And especially if you're nervous, actually, because like a lot of times when you're nervous, you're either gonna slow down the things that you normally do, or either rush the things that you're normally gonna do. These two are very like critical mistakes that you can do without even like being completely conscious about it, conscious about them. If you're like really slowing down the tempo of your run, or like you're at a certain boss fight that you're not completely confident in, for example Maliketh, this one is like one of the hardest bosses, I'd feel like, but in this run is kind of like trivial. Still, that's not the point. Like, if you start stalling in that fight, you're going to end up like panicking and like slowing down, or like speeding up. So you either over punish or under punish, and either way you're not familiar enough with the boss to like adapt a different playstyle from the one that you normally do, or like the one that you normally play with, and that can go ugly super fast. I talked way too much. Right, let's get started. I'm gonna let the video play, and I'm gonna pause and explain stuff as we go. And like I said, if something needs explanation, or if I wanna like demonstrate something else, I will instantly do that. So we start with new game. We go as samurai. Just, I don't know, like load your character if you have one. If you don't, that's fine. The keepsake, we're gonna choose the Land Between Runes instead of the crackpots for this run. Why? Because Land Between Rune like has so much versatility. It gives us 3,000 runes at the start of the game, right? And because it gives us 3,000 runes at the start of the game, we're able to buy 3 cracked pots, the crafting kit, and basically everything else that we need throughout the like early game, without having to take extra graces or teleporting to like go back and like buy certain things. And we don't really need that many crackpots, I'll be honest with you. Like, we're gonna get almost 6 crackpots without the starting, and we just melt down Godskin Duo, so it shouldn't be a huge issue really. So yeah, you just go for samurai, Land Between Ruin, and start your run. Skip the cutscene, get the finger. I'm just gonna do that. Never mind, I guess. Oh well. So here I just like unequip some stuff while I'm at the door, because like the opening animation is like kinda slow, and I don't know, I like tidying up the inventory or the equipment menu. It's not really needed, you don't have to do it here. I just think it saves a bit of time, and yeah. So we go here. We're not fighting Grafted Scion for this run. If you want to fight him, by all means go ahead. I don't personally know how to fight him. So yeah, I just wait for the HP bar here to spawn, and then I drop down. That way I get teleported. And like, this is the only death that's allowed in Team Hitless to like get, I guess. Like, this is the only time you're allowed to die in the whole run, because this is a scripted death. So if I fight Grafted Scion here, right, I won't get teleported instantly. I still need to like jump off the cliff and die. And because like killing him or not killing him doesn't really affect anything, we just allowed for like runners to just jump off without having to fight Grafted Scion, because like he's an optional boss. So yeah, we drop off. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm just gonna lower the game audio for a bit. Right. Now we're in Stranded Graveyard. Just open the door so we can get to Limgrave, which you'll probably see more than like your family and friends if you grind Hitless. Trust me. I haven't seen mine in 2 years. So yeah, while you're on the elevator, feel free to use the Land Between Rune. so that like you can speed up the process with Kale a bit. We're gonna open the door and instantly head to Church of Ella. No need to take any grace on the way. We do not need any of them. Yeah, I just clean up the equipment since I already used the item. Right, so starting here, we're gonna take the smithing stone on the anvil. We're gonna talk to Kale. We're gonna buy crafting kit as well as 3 crackpots. That's it. That's all we need. Do the jump, take the mushroom, and head like between north and east. We're gonna find a soldier of Godrick here, as you can see. This one we don't need to kill. Feel free to kill him. You can just like do L2, R2, and kill him with the Uchi. That's like the unsheath combo. Or you can just hold block, like I'm doing right now. Pick up the item and just keep going your way. He's not gonna attack you. And even if he did, you're way too far for it to actually matter. And like the reason why we block while we're picking up the item is to like skip the animation that slows us down when like you pick up an item from the floor. Sometimes you like can use the pickup animation to regen some stamina, but here we're not even losing stamina, so we don't have to do that. So yeah, just hold block and keep running. Now that we picked up the item, you don't have to keep holding the block, and as I said earlier, we're not losing stamina, so it doesn't really matter if you like want to keep holding it or not. Now we're just gonna head to the gatefront grace. We're gonna get our horse and prepare to get the flail.
Sir, but I can play turning to 80. You need to the foot. Then it summon me. I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Right, so I just like to put torrent in my pouch. You don't have to do that. You can use it like on the belt below here if you want. It's just preference. And yeah, I head east. And once I'm near this tree, I start going a bit south. Then I get off the horse here, and I start sneaking behind this soldier. I backstab him, and then I loot the flail from the chest here. So yeah, now see this wall right here? Wait, let me just skip a bit. Yeah, this one. We're gonna go with the horse here, right? And when you're almost near it, get off the horse, like jump off the horse. By either like using the horse again or by crouching, so you can like drop down to the underground area here, and so we can get the whetstone knife. Let's continue. So yeah, I just jump off and I run down. Don't worry, nobody will follow you if you go down. Yeah, you can do like an animation skip for the chest opening if you like stand at the edge of it and press the interact button to open it. So yeah, we teleport back to Gatefront. We head north towards Stormveil Shack, and on our way we're gonna pick up the mushroom. I think I did pick it up in this one. Oh yeah, I did. We're gonna pick up the mushroom. We're gonna pick up the golden seed. And the 3 smithing stone ones to our right. So that's the golden seed. Head a bit east, and when you see the chairs here, there's the item. Just pick that up. Head a bit west, and in these 2 bushes here, like this one and the one right in front of it, there is like mushrooms if you want to pick them up. They're gonna be useful if you wanna like craft sleep pots or fire pots. Now this one you don't really need. I just did it out of like habit. It's a stone sword key we're not going to be using for this run, so feel free to not pick it up. Just go to the grace directly. And then aim between north and east towards the like patrolling troll here. So we can like get the strength knot here from the plate on the ground. So yeah, we go past this one. Random, but that's an Arteria Leaf if you want that. Right, so I get this, and then I aim east and drop down to the platform below me. Like, as long as it's exactly on east and like you just walk off, you should land always here. And then I drop down like a bit towards this direction, so that like I don't trigger the event for the dogs, which is almost around this area. They will not attack you even if you triggered it. I just like not seeing the stamina bar getting depleted. So yeah. You jump off from that side. You head east. And we're on to our first important item, which is the Golden Vow. This is going to be like our aura buff. It's a 11.5% damage boost for 45 seconds, if I remember correctly. So yeah, go back here. This dude, we're gonna just weapon out him twice. So unsheath with a heavy, unsheath with a heavy. You can sneak a crouch in between the unsheaths to skip some animation. I'll showcase it here real quick actually. If only like the OBS would capture the game. Let's see, what save is this even? Okay. Gonna go here. And like just get rid of the Assassin's Gambit on the Uchi. Undo enhancement. So as you can see, this is like the regular unsheath. Right? Now, if I do this, see this delay? This delay is sometimes like detrimental and like can sometimes affect like certain scripts or like certain kills on certain enemies. Because like there's a huge delay between the first one and the second one. Now what you can do to like get rid of that is basically crouching or blocking. Crouching is definitely way easier, but blocking is faster. Now you can do this, crouch, and instantly go for another one. That way you skip the like resheath animation that the enemy does, or like the character does. Like, you know, not unsheath, sorry. Like when you do this, right? It's like the character is spilling the blood on the ground before continuing the animation, like the resheath animation. So we're basically skipping that by doing this, crouching, and redoing it again. It just speeds up the attacks. It's nothing like really needed or essential, but it's always nice to know these small things, I feel like. Either way, let's go back here. So here I do like, as I said, unsheath heavy, and then I crouch, and then I do another unsheath heavy. You can do it without, it will work just fine, but it's good to know about, I suppose. And we also get the partition, I think that's how you read it, drop. Pretty cool weapon, but unfortunately it's not the weapon of today. So yeah, after we kill him, we head south and west, like between south and west. And you see this thing right here? We're gonna jump over it. We don't need this item, we need the item below here. I don't know if you can even see it. But yeah, we're basically going to go from this side and drop and get the Exalted Flesh below, like in this tiny tent. Just pick it up. And keep heading between north and east. do a double jump here so you can continue your path without dealing with the enemies. And then we're gonna get the Saint's Bridge Grace over here, so we can go back later, because we need the Blue Dancer charm for this one. Well, we don't really need it, but it's a talisman that we're getting, I guess. There's another mushroom here if you want that. Try to stay away from that guy so you don't aggro him. Even if you aggro him, he's not gonna attack you, but as I said earlier, I just like seeing the green bar full. So yeah, 3 smithing stones here, or like sorry 2. That makes it, that like gives us 6 smithing stones right now. So we have like 1 from the anvil near Kale, 3 from the chairs, and these 2. That makes it 6. Now go here, sell Stomp, like the Ashofor that we picked up from the whetstone knife. Get the crackpot as well as the 3 smithing stones. Do not get the short sword like I almost did. I was completely like zoning out during this section, and I mess up some stuff later on, but yeah. So just keep heading between east and south now. Once you're around this tree, go to the right a bit. Over here there's like 3 Trina lilies. Pick them up. And then go to the left. There's another mushroom here. Now, see this line and this line? This is basically where you can just walk off here and survive. If you're jumping from here, you're gonna die. If you're jumping from here, you're likely going to die as well. So just practice this for a bit and it should be completely safe. This is the drop we're gonna go for, which is surprisingly almost lining up with east. So yeah, just walk off. And same thing below. And then like heal up both yourself and Torrent, so you don't like worry about it later on if you're gonna drop from another place. We're gonna take I know I keep backing off, but like I wanna explain certain things. We're gonna take this one. This is Golden Rune 6. We're gonna take this one, Golden Rune 4. Gonna take the book here, which is the sleep book, as well as the I believe it's this one. This one is Golden Rune 2. And here's Golden Rune 4. These are the pickups we're gonna get from this I don't even know what this is, graveyard I guess? Yeah, so just jump here and walk off and then you can pick it up faster. Golden Rune 2, Golden Rune 4. And over here we're dropping from this side. Like this patch, you're gonna drop to the platform below it. God, I keep pausing way too much. So yeah, drop down and keep heading east towards south gate of not south gate, sorry. Towards Third Church of Marika. I like to jump from the window to like pick up the sacred tier. And then go get the physic real quick at the same time. And then I get the grace. So that I can like continue towards Fort Haight here. Keep heading south. And see this minor air tree. Nearby it, there's like a tier that we're gonna get, which is the spiked cracked crystal tier. That's going to be our second tier in the physic. The first one would be the strength knot, and the other would be like the spiked crystal tier. The spiked crystal tier gives us like charge damage bonus, which is, I assume it was 20% for 3 minutes. And the strength knot gives us 10 strength for 3 minutes as well. Which is plenty of time really. So yeah, keep heading south. And I'm sorry if like the game stutters from time to time. That's basically just like patch 110 experience for me. So yeah, we pick up the spike crack tier as well as the green spell crystal tier. We're not going to be using the stamina one, but If you want to use it for whatever reason, feel free to. Now keep heading between like south and west. Once you see this mushroom, start heading west. And you're gonna find the Mistwood ruins over here. I usually like use this tree and like this shape, like the triangle here. Like almost triangle, I guess. I use that shape to like know where to go. So I like go all the way here. I get off the horse and pick up the Trina lilies before going down to pick up the axe talisman. So 1, 2, 3, walk back, walk above this section here. 1, 2, drop down, and just open the door, then take the axe talisman from here. This one is 15%? Too many numbers, I can't even remember them honestly. So yeah, just get out of there, keep heading east, and once you see the fire from the merchant, you know that you're in the right place. Like the smoke here. I don't know if you can even say it, but yeah. If you're here, you're in the right place. Head a bit south, and the fort should be around here. Now, since like I was like creating saves as I go during this run, I'm just gonna quit out here. This kind of quit out is invalidating for Team Hitless, so just letting you know. But yeah, I was like just making save states along the way during the run. So yeah. The plan here is the following. See this section here, like the rocks over here? We're gonna stand on top of them and then double jump over here. Wow, what a great line. We're gonna double jump over here. So we don't have to deal with the Demi-Human over here and the Demi-Human over here, or the ballista that's shooting at them. The reason why we're not gonna do like the YOLO strat, which is like just going through this area completely, is because sometimes the Demi-Humans can block your way. Other times the Demi-Humans can be like a bit in front of you and the ballista would shoot you with them. And way too many times the Demi-Humans would just attack you. So it's definitely not very safe. So stand around this, like this spot here, and then look at the side and double jump. Once you're like over here, just walk all the way, pick up the golden seed, and then we're gonna try to perform like a double jump over here, which I mess up the first try. So yeah, we're gonna double jump over the planks here, or like the platform here. If you double jump correctly, your character will like clip and get teleported above it. Get off the horse here, pull out the the bow, and either try to headshot these like two commoners over here, or do a mighty shot. Here I mess up like the headshot because I'm bad at the game. But it doesn't really matter much. Just be careful. You can always like just use mighty shot and lock on instead of like free aiming. Do kill these two rats with mighty shot because they won't die with one arrow. And once we're past this line that I'm gonna showcase here, like this step, a dude will spawn over here like instantly, as you can see. And just headshot that one. Then go up the ladder here. Don't worry about the knight, we're not gonna be fighting him. We don't need Bloody Slash for this route. Right, for this part, I actually mess up something. and I want to like continue showing it so that I can explain what I messed up and how you can avoid it. First things first, I went to like I was thinking I needed to like go through the teleporter and I didn't have to, so that's kind of a time loss over there. Doesn't really matter. Go through the spring here while heading north. And go up here. There's a Trina Lily over here if you want that. Pick it up. And if you're like near the wall here and you're sprinting, and then you do a jump, and then another delayed jump over here, like almost around this section, you're gonna like skip the spring, or like the second spring that you need to go up. It's not really needed, just nice to like do like tiny optimizations. So yeah, keep heading between north and east here. We're gonna take the Rotview balcony, like the grace. I like how we're 40 minutes in and it's only 14 minutes like into the run itself. Right. So just keep heading east here. If you have runes, you feel free to like use them. I don't have any, but I did want to check either way. So yeah, head east, keep heading east. Just gonna speed this up because it's just mindless torrenting here. Be careful of the dogs on the right. They're not gonna do anything, just be careful of them in case like they decide to follow you. Then we're gonna take the grace over here, which is the dragon barrow something something. So yeah, take this one. And here is the mistake that I've done. Now when we go through this area, there's a specific line that you do to not like aggro the big dogs, right? And in this run, I was like so out of it during this section that I ended up aggroing one of the dogs because I was like really close to them. So normally what I do is like I go from here, right? And then whoops, where is it? And then like see this what is it called? See this bush over here? Like I go all the way like that, then I stand here and then I start like aiming towards the shacks over here. But what I did in this run was completely neglected and like just straight gun for it, and look what happened. Here's the dog. It's fine. I was like, oh, I think I'm just gonna reset, but somehow I managed to survive it. It's such a funny scenario. I thought like, when I saw the merchant like getting on the horse, I was like, or like the donkey, I was like, oh, do I actually have to reset because like the merchant is now aggroed? But thankfully he wasn't. So like I went close to him to try to talk and apparently he wasn't. So yeah, I just stagger looped the dog with the unsheath. Which is something I didn't expect to do at the start of the run. I'd like to like showcase the actual running section when you do it properly. So let's do that real quick. God, that was really funny though. Let's do that. Right. So we're in Third Church. We're gonna get on the horse again. Head north. This is like the proper path for that section. We're gonna go a bit between north and east now. Up the spring. Double jump here. Get the lily. Go up. And as I told you, like, the moment you start falling down, you do the double jump. And you should always, like, get that. If you don't, that's fine. Just go, like, through the second spring. It's not a huge deal. We're not doing a speedrun anyway. Just a, guess, nice thing to have. But, like, nice thing to know about. So yeah, we're gonna get this grace. Get on the horse again. Keep going east. When I see this tree, I usually just drop down. Don't worry about the dogs. Just worry about getting stuck to the rocks, I guess. Yeah, keep going east, keep going east. It's all good. Double jump over here, jump over here. Sometimes you'll get aggroed. It's not always by the dogs. Sometimes, like, there's a golem archer below us, and like he shoots an arrow, and that sometimes like starts depleting your stamina, but nothing to really worry about. He's never going to hit you. So yeah, I like to go up the dragon's back over here, head west. Keep going like that, and when I'm near this bush, I just go all this way. Like so. And it's usually never a problem, as you can see. So yeah, whoops. That's all I wanted to showcase for now. Let's go back to the original video. Let's skip through that. Yeah, now the dog is dead, we can actually continue the run. Awesome. Right, so I forgot to comment over here. We're gonna get the Beast Repellent Torch and just teleport back to Dragon Barrow. Now from here, head east. Or like between east and south rather. And then start like angling more to south. Because we're gonna go over like next to the lake. The pond, whatever it is. Which has like 2 dragons. We're gonna go away from that one. And try to head towards the skull. That's almost next to Fort Faroth. This skull has 2 smithing stone 7s on top of it, as well as 1 smithing stone 8. Those are going to be very nice to have. Like, you don't really need them. It just saves more money later on in the run. So yeah, I like to do like some parkour over here with the horse. It's not risky, it's not like anything scary. But as you see from here, like there's a wind spring over here if you wanna use that to go up. Which I guess it's easier to do, but yeah, both work. The lag again is my game dying, it's not actually like the video lagging or anything. So yeah, kind of unfortunate what patch 110 did to my PC. Now that we're in like Fort Faroth, I like to wear the full armor. Switch the shield with the beast torch, and I stand on top of this like staircase thing. I don't know what it's called. English isn't like my first language and it's really weird. Anyway, I hit this wall, and once I hit it once, like just once, I start sprinting inside the like section, or like inside the building. So yeah, I just go up, go left. I don't even crouch. Crouching here is like kind of redundant, I feel. So yeah, I just go through this line and then like that. Basically a straight line in both sections. I like to go like exactly next to this one. Like so. And here, stop sprinting so that you don't get the meme where it like removes the prompt for climbing. You stop sprinting and then you start climbing. If you don't stop sprinting, you're more likely going to get memed, and one of the bats is going to, I don't know, like hit you in the back as you're climbing again. Usually you either get one pump or no pump, but sometimes you will get 2 pumps. And the reason why we wear the armor is because like the bar is going to fill up almost to here, instead of instantly like rocking the poison on top of us. So yeah, definitely wear the armor here, especially as a samurai class, because like it has one of the best resistances early. If you don't get the poison proc, or like if the poison proc is really low, feel free to like get rid of the armor early. Now open the chest here. If only like I can open the fucking chest, get the Dectus medallion, and drop down. Not onto this hole, but the one over there. We're gonna drop there, so we can get the golden rune plus I think golden rune 12, and the Radagon's soul seal. So golden rune 12. Since we have beast repellent torch, do not worry about the rat over here. He's not gonna do anything. Do a quick jump over here. Both rats here and here aren't going to do anything either. Just drop down and then crouch over here so you can teleport faster. Get the soul seal. And don't stand like where the soul seal is. Don't stand here, because sometimes the bats would aggro and they would like poison and proc you here. Or like do a poison pump over there. So yeah, just crouch. Spam map until like the map opens up, and then teleport to Stormveil Shack. That's our next stop. We're visiting Liurnia. Hell yeah. And yeah, my game died here for like a few seconds. I was like debating if I want to continue the video or not when that happened, because I was scared that it would happen again, because like I tried recording this almost 8 times now, and I got 7 Iron Ball no-hit runs already. And all of them were like extremely laggy. And I didn't want to like comment over them because like the footage was just so bad. So yeah, here's like one mushroom we want to get. Here's another mushroom. Oh yeah, do not go from like the proper path, which is like this section. Don't go through this, because there are bats over there and they can hit you. Instead, like, just curve a bit to the left and go through these trees. That's the safe path during the night. During the day you can go through the like normal path and it should be fine. There's also like a mushroom over here that I missed, I think. No, I got it actually. And there's another one here and another one there. So yeah, tons of mushrooms. So yeah, like I guess you can craft a shit ton of stuff. And then like over here there is a speedrun jump that you can do, which is like you basically get to the edge of this section and then do a jump and another jump right after. I can't remember if it was like delayed or not. I don't normally do this. I just go through this section and then back to the broken bridge. But yeah, always nice to know about these tech, I feel like. So So yeah, just drop down from the broken bridge. Have the beast torch like equipped so that you don't aggro the dogs on the way. They usually don't attack you, but like just in case, I suppose. Keep following the path. There isn't like really anything to say over here. Don't get stuck on the rocks like me. I can't use torrent. I'm sorry, I can't use torrent. Over here there's another mushroom. You can use runes if you have any, like that. This grace we don't need. Just keep following the proper path for this section actually. And when you're near the camp below, just go to the side, don't go through it, so you don't aggro the enemies inside of it for no reason. And yeah, I like spamming like the interact to pick up any random item on the way. Don't need to do that, but if you like that too, feel free to. So yeah, go to the side from here. And we're gonna visit the merchant over here to get our last three smithing stones 1 and our first 3 smithing stones 2. By this point we should have like enough runes to buy them. So yeah, just talk to him. Purchase 3. Don't buy more than that, we don't need any. Now, I like to head north, and when I see this crystal over here, I go towards it. And then I start heading between north and west. Just keep going through this section. Nothing to be scared of, really. And once I see like this arc-shaped thing, I know I'm in the right place and the teleport is going to be around here. As you can see, like there's the Gazeboo, I think it's called. And we're in Laskir Ruin. Just get off the horse over here and instantly teleport. Don't worry about the revenants that spawn. If you're like extremely slow, maybe you'll be hit there, but you should definitely not get hit there. Get the south gate grace. We're gonna need that because we're gonna teleport here quite frequently actually. Now head south and then a bit to the west, I believe. Yeah, west. And I like going through the like between these two like things on the railing. I drop down over here. And then I try to go to this Gazeboo, so we can get like our second set of 3 smithing stones too. Don't worry about the like flower over there. It's either going to do like the poison attack, the like white beam thing attack, or the like glintstone magic attack. All 3 will never hit you. Like the glintstone magic is extremely slow. Now I like to go between west and north over here, so I can like pick up the kukris near the glintstone dragon here. I think it was called Smaragd or whatever. No one cares about his name though. We're just gonna get the kukris over here, as well as the academy key, because we're not going through EG. The reason why I don't want to go through EG is because like Loretta's arrows are completely RNG if your PC is unstable in terms of FPS. And like I've seen so many weird interactions because of like unstable FPS. And I was like, I'm not gonna make a guide that's inconsistent. Like in terms of running sections, I'd rather make it as consistent as possible, so that you only have to worry about boss fights. Right, and we're gonna climb over the rocks over here, right? But there's one catch that you need to know about. If you wanna teleport out without aggroing this dragon, you're gonna have to stop sprinting when you're near. So for example here, I stopped sprinting at all. I just walk all the way with the old sprint speed. That way he will not hear the sprint sound and he will not aggro to me, so I can teleport instantly outside. So yeah, I go back to Southgate. Here I think I'll craft like a sleep pot or two. You only like need one, but I don't know why I crafted two here. I can't remember. I think like it's one to the crab and like the other one was a preparation for Godrick later on. But yeah, you only need one sleep pot. Just keep heading south. And once you see this like barracks thing, fort thing, whatever, like where the soldiers are, I like to climb on the buildings over here and standing over there, so I can like throw a sleep pot on the crab over here and pick up the third set of smithing stones too, freely and like safely. He's just gonna walk all over it, or like to it. Then I can drop down. I will lose the aggro instantly now. Pick up the 3 smithing stones too here. That's 9. And just keep heading south. Once you see these like lobsters, is that the right term? Like the sea creatures that shoot things at you, whatever they are. Like once you see them, you know you're in the right place. It's in this gazebo. I just go from the back, get off torrent here, crouch, pick up the last set, and now we have 12, so we can upgrade to +6. And then I head east. And I think I actually used the bow here to showcase it. But once I see these 3 wandering albinorics, I know I'm in the right place, and I start heading south. Or like between south and east, kind of. There's a mushroom over here that I didn't pick up. There's 3 Trina lilies here. And now, like, feel free to equip the Radagon's Soul and the flail. And then we're gonna break the planks over here by rolling into them. And try to like angle yourself so you can put him in the corner. Like so. And just use the spinning chain Ashofor to stun lock him to death. There you have it. Now you have Iron Ball. Now I just head between east and south. Like exactly between them. And that usually like takes me towards Raya, which we're gonna like do her quest so we can get Assassin's Gambit for later. Assassin's Gambit is extremely useful, like in this run and in any other run really. There's a mushroom over here if you want to take that.
Hello.
And then I like to get off the horse.
It's rather my mistress that I was a. Could I ask
Just talk to Raya.
If you've
Continue her quest.
to bless a thug, please.
Talk to her again.
Thank you. Did I forget?
Excuse me.
See you are to steady such, please.
And once you take this, normally what you want to do is like get down the stairs so she doesn't continue the dialogue and you can get to teleport, but I think I forgot to do that and like she continued talking for a bit. Doesn't really matter, but again, optimizations. Now I like to teleport to Southgate and head inside the like teleporter. So we can like continue our way to the Dectus lift and get the runes from Draconic Tree Sentinel, as well as the second bell for the smithing stones. You can take this grace. It's actually pretty nice to have. For example, say you messed up Godskin Duo, which I genuinely doubt you will, but say you did. You can teleport over here and like go exactly where you came from here. So basically I think it's east at the moment. And like if you keep going down that path with Torrent, you should be able to find a merchant that has like sleep arrows and I think a few Trina lilies. That's pretty useful if you want that. The Trina lilies as well, like on the like near the bear where you get the axe talisman, also respawn after you kill Radahn. And the Mistwood merchant also sells 3, so there's more if you want. Now just head through the north gate. And I like to stick to the left side of the road here. Just heading north. I tried to go through this, but I guess Torrent is just too thick. So there's that. And then I go through the church, like I think it's called Bellum Church. Yep. I get the sacred tier over here, double jump outside, keep heading between north and east. And see this tombstone over here, like the rock over here? There's a rune arc we're gonna pick up on the way. Yeah, it is a tomb, I think. Yeah, just pick up the rune arc, do a bit of parkour over here and jump over to this side. It's fairly easy, nothing scary. Keep heading east towards the Rectus left now. And we're just gonna check that we have both halves. We do. And we have 12-12 for the smithing stones 1 and 2. Which means we're basically ready to like get the second bell, kill DTS and start fighting bosses. Yay! That's like 30 minutes, and considering the memes that I had to deal with in this run. And like me being stupid, I guess. Just gonna speed it up a bit. Gonna go from here to north. And there's a grace over here we're gonna like take. So we can go to Gilika over here. As well as go back to Raya. Which she's gonna be waiting like next to the golems here. So yeah, just keep heading towards the capital. What was the name of the grace again? Phantom Tree something. Don't go through this path. This path is really bad because like there are ballistas over here that can kill you instantly. Just stick to the grass over here. At least that's how I do it. There's like mushrooms over here that you can pick up. That's 1, that's 2. Don't go a bit too much to the right over here, because like there's a falling star beast that can be spawned. Just stay on the left side. As you can see, that blue aura thing. So yeah, once you're near the end here, just double jump over here, double jump over here. And like, see this guy? We're gonna jump like next to him. He's not going to aggro. 3 sentinels always have this like starting animation that they do, where they like prepare to battle. So if you like go past them, don't worry, they will never hit you because like they're still preparing to attack, or like to start attacking even. So yeah, it's completely safe to go past them that way. Don't worry about it too much. Keep heading east now after like getting the grace. I'm gonna drop down towards Seal Tunnel so we can get the second build. So near these squids over here. Squids, I don't know what they're called. I hate names. I hate names so much. I hate English. So yeah, this is a invisible wall. Just hit it or jump through it and it should unlock. Gonna hold block and jump over to the side. Like so. And then like start walking slowly over here. So you can like pick up this item without aggroing the dude below, because he's an event trigger. So yeah, pick up the golden rune 5. Prepare your unsheath. Do one unsheath. And attack. See this guy? He looks at us, but he's not like really... He doesn't really know what's happening. He just heard a noise. So don't worry about him. Go pick up the... like bell bearing. And feel free to leave the place completely. Now here I block and jump after like one step. That usually like speeds up the sprinting animation or like the running animation that you can have. So that just like takes me out of the place faster, so I can teleport out to the phantom tree. Right, one thing before like we continue. You can go through this area from this side, like from the stairs, like how it's supposed to, like, or like how it's intended, right? But there's a gargoyle that's going to drop down, and sometimes that gargoyle like roars at you, and it's kind of scary. So preferably don't do it. And like either go from this side or the other grass side, because he won't spawn from like either. There are a few slugs here. If you want to like get some smoldering butterflies, feel free to. We're not going to be using them for this run either way, but always nice to know these stuff. Keep heading north. We're going to take the golden seeds over this small tree. And again, if you go through this path, Margit will spawn. He's not gonna like really do anything scary, but I don't like triggering him to begin with. So I stick to the right side. The grace over here, like that I just went past. This one. You can take that just in case you mess up like the Draconic Tree Sentinel cheese. Feel free to. Like you can take that and like bone out if the cheese fails, since we don't have an upgraded weapon at the moment. There's also like a golden rune 5 over here, but I completely forgot where it was during the run. You can get the 8 mushrooms over here. Go up the stairs over here. And past this, I usually head to this side, like I think east-south. Yeah, between east and south. I go down. Try not to get stuck to trees as much as I do. But don't worry, it's completely safe. The golems would aggro to like something. I think the royals that are walking, or the commoners, whatever they are. And they stay aggro to them for a while. But for whatever reason, every time you go down here, like every time you go past this line, you will get aggroed by something that never attacks you. Don't be scared. I don't even know what it is either. I would like to know if someone knows. But yeah, you always lose stamina there. And once you're past like this line kind of, you're no more aggroed. So it's something weird. Go up the spring. There is a Trina lily over here. And there's a mushrooms. There's like a few mushrooms over there. We're not getting any, but if you want them, feel free to. Now here I'm gonna make a save state, just in case like I personally mess up the cheese. Thankfully I didn't, but I wanted to make the save to like showcase different strats. I will link a different strat in the description, like something that I explained a while back. And yeah, this strat is like the most efficient and the fastest that you can do without like having any kind of risk, really, unlike the parry strat that you can do. This one only uses one kukri at best. Basically you stand between these two trees and near a bush that doesn't completely cover your character. So if you stand here, Tree Sentinel could look to that side, but he will not walk towards you because he can't completely see you, which is really interesting, that I like discovered a few days ago. That's why it works that way. Now he's gonna walk towards you, and once he's past this line, I start like going towards this rock, like behind this rock basically. And once he's past that, stop moving the camera, me. Once he's past this tree, you have to sprint back. I sprint back a bit earlier here, but it doesn't really affect the strat as much. Yeah, just stand in this corner. Once you hear him stop. He stopped. Now you throw a kukri. And try to stand behind him. Don't attack yet. Attack when he starts the animation that we talked about earlier. The starting animation for like combat. That's 1. That's 2. Now he's gonna like put up, or like what do you call it? The horse is like gonna go up a bit. Just attack him. And 1 tap. So 3 unsheathes with heavy. 3 unsheath heavy. 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna tap, and he's gonna fall off. Yeah. We're gonna get the capital rampart and talk to Melina so we can teleport to round table, upgrade our weapon, buy a dagger and a seal, and yeah, pretty much that's it. We're gonna give the Wine Maiden Husk the bell bearing too, so we can buy the rest of the upgrades, and we can like go to +12. You can also like adjust the flasks. You can also adjust the physic, as well as we're gonna like change the day cycle to time. To night, not to time. Because like we want to teleport to Impassable Bridge and get the Crackblade Ashofor. Basically preparing for Radahn and getting Flame Grant Mistress as well as the Crackblade Ashofor. So yeah, buy 12, buy 12, buy a dagger, and buy a seal. That's all we need. Now we can go to the blacksmith and upgrade to +12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. You can sell any like runes that you have. I like to put the Ashofor Golden Vow on the dagger. And then I'm just gonna like adjust my flasks. Allocate them. You can like either put them all to like or like almost all, not all, because like we still need the Crimson Flasks to heal up since we're using Ritual Sword this run. But yeah, put on the Strength Knot tier, the Crack tier, pass the time tonight. And we're gonna level up strength to 20 and faith to 10. That's it for now, I think. Do I level up again? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but... Teleport to Rodview Balcony, so we can go to Fort Gael and like continue our running section. Now here I make a save state again to like go back here, I think. I don't even remember why I made it, honestly. So yeah, just drop down south, stick to south, drop down on the rock. You don't need this grace. You don't need anything greedy. Just climb up. Past the Torchpole Commoner. Past the Soldier. I like to like jump to the right side. I feel like it makes the Soldier aggro less. And just sprint behind the arrows dude. Don't even kill this guy. Doesn't really matter. Now once you're here, you're gonna get off the horse and you're gonna start crouch sprinting. Keep sticking to the wall so that you don't aggro the 2 cards that breathe fire over here. Get Flame Grant Me Strength. Crouch sprint your way out. And once you're past the tree, feel free to use the horse again. Up the stairs, to the left. Now, this section, I don't know, maybe you'd think it's scary, but it really isn't. See this dude over here? We're just gonna like go and like weapon art him real quick. So we're gonna do L2 R2, which is like weapon art heavy. You can also like aggro him with a kukri, and I'll showcase that in a second. But it's fairly simple and it's fairly fast to do. Then we're gonna go up the ladder and like continue. But for now, I'm just gonna showcase it real quick. For Gael, make a save, or like load the save. Right. So we're just gonna get on the horse again. Go south. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm just gonna showcase the last part. Keep going south. Drop down. As I said, ignore these two. They won't do anything no matter what. So yeah, up the stairs. Gonna go here. Gonna double jump over here, get off the horse. As I said, you can use the bow if you want to aim it easierly. Or like in an easier method. Just throw a kukri over there. He's gonna aggro to it. And feel free to go up. He doesn't climb the ladder, so even if you have, for example, Assassin's Gambit by this point, feel free to use it. But yeah, that's kind of about it for this section, really. That's what I wanted to showcase, I guess. Let's go back to the video. So I kill him here with like a weapon art and a jumping R1. Go up the ladder. Crouch over here so that you don't aggro the soldier. Keep going up the stairs. And now this is the path that you're gonna take. Gonna go like this. Near the pots, start walking towards this section. Wait until the knight over here patrols all the way over here. And once he's like past you, feel free to go back there. I know that using one color is probably bad, but I'm too lazy to change it. So yeah, just stand near the chest, or like crouch near the chest. Wait until the knight patrols past you. Like so. And just crouch all the way. And start sprinting once you enter the tower thing. Now notice that you should never, ever, ever go up this ladder and teleport if you still haven't accessed Altus Plateau. Or if you don't have a grace in Altus Plateau. Because the Redmane Castle will be filled with enemies. That's one. Two, the teleporters wouldn't be functioning at that time. Because obviously the enemies are still there. And the Radahn Festival won't be I don't know, the Radahn Festival won't start unless you reach Altus and activate a grace over there. So yeah, just take the Impassable Bridge grace and go west from there. Use the Iron Bolt to kill the Scarab over here for Crackblade. Teleport back to Impassable Bridge. I don't know why I used the arrows to teleport instead of using the just teleport method or the teleport lust. Well, here we are. Change the Asher Sword to Crackblade and equip the Flame Grant Me Strength spell. So yeah, do that. Switch to Crackblade. Heavy, yes. And now we're gonna go to Gatefront, I believe. It's time for patches. Patches is fairly simple. The strat is the following, and I'm actually gonna use colors this time. Thank you, Recycle. So yeah, this is patches. This is you, right? Patches will do this weird mist thing in front of him every now and then when you're really far. Your job is to basically jump out to him and back off instantly. The reason why you do the jumping R2s instead of the backstab strat is because the backstab strat is actually not completely consistent from what I know. He can sometimes just get out of the backstab and you're just gonna have to die when that happens, I guess. Because I don't think you can recover fast enough. Maybe patch 110 fixed that. I don't really play PvP and I can't say it for sure. Either way, head east and keep heading east until you see a building to the side, a broken building. Or whatever this thing is supposed to be. Once you see that, you're gonna find a few mushrooms on the way here. You can pick up, if you want. That's one, that's two. Then head a bit between north and east. When you see this thing, drop down. Now I have a hard time using torrent sometimes. And I hate this section because of the elevation being really bad. For example, if you drop from here, maybe you'll die. But if you drop from here, you will get half HP damaged. But if you drop from here, you will not be damaged at all. Because this game is amazing with the fall damage calculations. Either way, I got off the horse, I dropped down. I head south, and once I'm near this tree, I will lose torrent because an invader is going to try to invade me here, which is Nigerus, I think, the dude with Reduvia. Nerigers. Yeah, that dude. We're just gonna run back all the way the moment like we lose the horse. So we can like respawn him before he gets summoned to the world. And then we're gonna go through the cave. Excuse the lag. You can just run through this area, or you can like crouch and sneak your way. Either is safe. These two don't have like ranged attacks, so you shouldn't worry too much about them. But yeah. I drink the physic before like starting the fight. And I also crack blade. So that I'm essentially ready. Now I open the chest to trigger the fight, and I use Golden Bow instantly. Drink FP. There is no reason to do that, but who doesn't like a full bar? Wait until he drops down, and when he like breathes, this was like really lucky. When he does the breath, just do a jumping R2 and roll away. Wait until he does it again. Like he did it again here. Another jumping R2 and just kill him. Yeah, the game lagged here as well. It's not your PC. It's not the video either. So yeah, we get the bell bearing of Patches as well as his armor. We go to Stormveil Shack. And it's time to kill Bernahl. So we can get his bell bearing and acquire Assassin's Gambit. Keep heading east towards the War Master Shack. The same buffing order: Physic, Crack Blade, Golden Bow. Now I also here like to remove the planks behind, so I can like stand in a proper position. I stand behind him and I do a charge. Normally if you're like in front of him, he will instantly aggro, but for whatever reason, NPCs, if you like attack them from the back, you get a 3-second attack, and that 3-second attack always kills him. So definitely stand behind him and then do your 2 charged, like so. And he's dead the moment he tries to turn towards us. Pick up the items. Now I teleport to Saint's Bridge here, but that's incorrect. We should actually teleport to Altus Plateau here. And so like I correct myself instantly by teleporting there. We need to go to Raya, so we can access Volcano Manor and get the like key to the manor. So we can get access to Assassin's Gambit, because currently Bernahl doesn't have it in his shop. And if you like enter Volcano Manor before killing Bernahl, he gets teleported there, and we don't want that. Because if you like if you end up going to Volcano Manor and taking Raya's hand and like getting the key, the only way you can access Assassin's Gambit again is by killing either Raikkoud or by killing an invader, and both options are kinda bad. So yeah, just go talk to Tanith, get the key to Manor. You don't even need the grace, just teleport out now. Now I go to Round Table. I go to the Twin Maiden's Husk. I give them the bell bearing for both Patches and Bernahl. And I get no skill as well as Assassin's Gambit. No skill, I put it on the torch so that I can like use Assassin's Gambit without having to two-hand the weapon. when I have the torch on my left hand. And for patches, you normally like get the Margit's shackle for the script for Margit and Morgott, but you can also get the golden foul foot, which is super nice. You can like use one after Godfrey, so that you can like get money or like get runes, extra runes from both Godfrey and Morgott, sorry. Or you can like get runes from what do you call them? Like Fire Giant. And finally, you can use the last one for both Gideon and Horolu. You don't really need it. It's just nice to have so many runes and like so many levels super early. But yeah, for this run, I'm not gonna be using it since I will quit out a bunch of times to like make saves and such. Some fights I forget to like make saves for, so I go back to like an order save and create it to like re-showcase the fights if I think they're needed. So yeah, level up the strength to whatever level you can level it up to. In this case it was like 25, so there's that. Now to Saint's Bridge. Prepare your items. We're gonna need the torch, as well as the bow, and the katana which we put Assassin's Gambit on. We're gonna jump from here towards, not the spring, but like somewhere near it. If you drop here, you're safe. And then just head north. Ignore that fly. And once I see this tree, I know that I'm like super close to the cave. So I just drop down. You don't normally take full damage there. Just keep dropping down. And we're in the Guardian Golem's cave now. So yeah, just drop over here. Don't worry about it. And then I just jump to the platform below me. Like that. That's safe. And then I roll down here. That's also safe. You don't take any fall damage there. And here I will make a save state, I think. Yeah. I do quit out and make a save state here. This section I would like to like showcase and explain instead of like just showing it here. So let me load it real quick. Guardian Golem, load save. There we go. So this strat, you might think it's scary, but I promise you it's completely safe. It's completely easy to do. So there are like two wolves over here. That's one. There's another one over here, as you can see, right? We have Beast Repellent Torch, so they won't attack us, and we have Assassin's Gambit. Over here, there's like a event trigger for a certain wolf that will always jump bite you even if you have Beast Repellent Torch. The goal is to like kill him before the event is triggered. Not this one, but over here. See that line? If you go past that line, he will always attack you. Let me showcase it actually. See? He's jumping. He doesn't have to attack you, but like it will catch you if you don't know that it's gonna happen. So the plan here is to like use Gambit to sneak around, and then you're gonna jump over these two. Then you're gonna switch to the bow, and before the event gets triggered, you're just gonna mighty shot the wolf. With your current stats, you should be able to one-shot it with one mighty shot. I like to Gambit again, and then I go over here. I drop down here and onto this part. I prefer to like wait a bit and make sure that I have what do you call it, like that I can do a jump properly, and then you're basically at the boss fight. So you don't have to worry about anything. Nothing is going to follow you since you have Assassin's Gambit. And yeah, you should be safe. Now back to the video. So yeah, as I said, I'll just gambit here. Jump. Mighty shot the wolf that we can't see at the moment, so we don't have to deal with the event itself. I mean, you can always jump it if you want. It's just like easier on the brain to just shoot it. Now walk down, wait a bit, so you have like a full jump and not a baby jump, because you might sometimes get a baby jump and like fall over, and we don't want that. You can also like sprint in the same place to prepare for the jump. Now just enter the fight. The same buffing order as always. I mean, I mess up here, but like, it doesn't really matter. The fight is 3 attacks. So yeah, whoops. We're gonna go over here. We're not gonna look at this leg. We're gonna look at the one behind, which is this one, like that, right? We're gonna hit the ankle, which is this section, 3 times, and he's going to die. On the second one, he should stagger always. So just run. That's 1. That's 2. And the third is going to kill. And then you either like teleport out or use the return to entrance. Return to entrance is usually the safest option, but since we didn't get aggroed by anything, we can just warn out, or like warp out, sorry. Back to Stormveil Shack, and onto the first main game boss. Head a bit to the north. You can get the mushroom over here if you want. I like to double jump over here and like stick to the edge of the area here, and then I start going west. That guy always shoots at the same time and he always misses, so don't worry too much about him. Just keep going all the way through the Castle tunnel and put on the blue dancer charm because it's more effective at this point than what do you call it? Than Radical Social. Drink. Crackblade. Golden Bow. Remove the dagger if you want for like the tiny amount of damage that you're gonna get. And now the plan is the following. We're gonna shackle, do 3 charged, and riposte. That's it. I know. Insane. 1, 2, 3. Now riposte him. GG. Now I like to equip the katana that has the assassin's gambit as well as the dagger, now that I'm done with the fight. Don't take the grace just yet, like the Stormveil Castle one just yet. Talk to Godrick over here. Say no. Now go towards the gate, and once you hit the gates, you can just go back. And the gate will start opening. Feel free to take the grace and teleport or rest and level up. Here I'm just gonna like level up a few levels with strength, because why not? And for this one, we're gonna do Assassin's Gambit. We're gonna sprint all the way over here, and then we're gonna start crouch sprinting. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Let's do that. Keep sticking to the right side and make sure it's nighttime so that the ballistas don't attack you. I know that it's safe in daytime, but sometimes they will bug out and like attack you, and I've had it happen only once in like hundreds and maybe even thousands of attempts at this point. I like to equip the Sleep Pot and the Exalted Flesh while I'm like sneaking around. I take the Limgrave Tower Bridge Grace so that I can go back here later. for the Godrick rune. And this section, I would like to showcase a strat that looks terrifying, but is actually the fastest and probably the safest strat in this route. It's so safe, I can't tell you how easy it is. I've done it so many times. I've never been hit that way. I will showcase different strats from different players, but this is the one that I normally do, which is basically I stand over here, I gambit, right? And then I'm gonna walk through this side, or sprint through this side, and once I'm near this staircase, I'm just gonna do a jump to this side, and then keep sprinting all the way up. It's that simple. It looks terrifying, but it's also super fucking cool. And it's really easy to learn. So just keep going up, stick to this wall so that you don't aggro the ballistas early. And once you're over here, jump. This will never hit you. I promise you. This will never hit you. Now just stick to the right side here. This guy sometimes can attack you. You can either just get away from it or roll it. Feel free to do either. Both are still safe. And then you're just gonna take the kukri. That's optional, by the way. I like taking it. Don't worry about this guy. Keep going up to the right and over this wall, then over the wooden things here. Regen some stamina, and once you're past this tree, start sprinting again. Keep sprinting, and you will lose aggro around there. Fairly easy, fairly safe. If it's too scary, I will definitely link other strats that people do, but this is the strat that I normally do, and I've never had it fail. Up the elevator, after pulling the lever, I gambit here. It's not really needed. Now go to the left and break the wooden boxes over here so we can get the 2 cracked pots. I actually aggro one of the small jars, and he acts so surprised. It's actually funny. I've never noticed how they react when they're aggroed. So yeah, I get the kukri over here. I lose the aggro instantly. And I will quit out over here so that I can go back and showcase different strats. This Godrick, actually, I did manage to mess up quite hard. So I will definitely showcase both openers with the optimal way of dealing with them instead of whatever this shit is. So yeah, basically you're just gonna do Crackblade, Golden Vow, Exalted Flesh, obviously with the physic, and lastly you're gonna drink blue flask so you can have FP to use the sleep pot on Godrick. Now this is the drag opener. This is one of the 2 openers that Godrick has. Usually you try to throw the sleep pot as he's about to swing the axe. That normally makes him do the wind attack, which you can punish heavily. In this run, I actually managed to miss a few times, so that was pretty funny. As you can see, I missed it another time here, and I had to do a jumping R2 to trigger the transition. This fight you will have to learn. It's really not that difficult, and you can bait out the wind attack and really easy attacks super fast, super quickly, super easily. Let me load a save and I'll showcase how you should deal with first phase. And I'm also gonna turn off the event regions. There we go. So drink. Dragblade. Golden Vow. Eat. Drink. Can get rid of that. Go in. And hopefully I won't mess it up. Because that would be funny. Right, we got the second opener. That's the jumping opener that he does. The wind attack again. Try to like aim on his body instead of his between his legs, so that you can actually get the second attack easily. And now, just go to him and blast. Like so. Let's try it again and hopefully try to get the other opener. Sometimes he will do other attacks that aren't the wind, but throwing a consumable usually like tells his AI to like retaliate with the wind so that he can like deflect them. But it's also, as I said, it's not a 100% thing. It's just a strat that you can make use of if you want. You can like just fight him legit if that's what you want as well. Alright, that's the drag. I throw the pot now. Here's the wind attack. Same thing. Charged. Charged. Oh. Interesting. I guess I missed one of the balls there. That makes sense, I guess. The direction of, or like the attack wasn't done properly. But you can see like the gist of it and how it works. Back to the guide. I just attack him here. Second phase is essentially the same. Just a bit more attacks to like put on, because like I messed up. Not a huge issue. Now I just set up Assassin's Gambit and Golden Vow again, as well as the seal, which I don't know why I put it in the left hand, but apparently I did. And here I accidentally like press E too much, so I end up like touching the grace. Teleport to Limgrave Tower Bridge, so we can get the Godrick rune. Now this section also like has two different ways of doing. The one that I do normally like goes from the left side, and you dodge one attack from the golem over here. It's usually like a halberd drop, like he literally drops the weapon on the ground and you just go through his legs. The other one, I don't really trust it enough, but it's very consistent, which is basically like standing behind a tree from the right side. I just find it more terrifying than having to dodge an attack that I know that I can dodge. Because like sometimes you can mess up the positioning slightly and the arrow would just kill you instantly over that side. Yeah, as you see, he just drops it on the ground. Just stroll and keep walking, or like sprinting. Don't worry about the golem to the right, he will not hit you. And the reason why we use Assassin's Gambit in this section isn't because like we don't want to aggro them, they will aggro eventually. But Assassin's Gambit, what it does is like it lowers the, or like it makes the targeting view of enemies smaller. So for example, this is an enemy, right? That's the enemy. What Assassin's Gambit does is basically this. Say like this is the targeting view of the enemy right now. Okay. Insane lines, I know. With Assassin's Gambit, this is how the targeting view will be. Like that's just an example. It will make it smaller. They will still see you, but it will be like way later than the normal. So yeah, I just go here, stand behind this pillar thing, wait until he shoots the arrow, and then run between his legs. I like to give him a tap for good luck. Feel free to do that too if you want. And then I just use the teleporter. And yeah, like just go up the elevator. I'm just gonna speed this up because like it's fairly slow. Speed this up even more actually. You can use the runes over here if you want. Feel free to. So yeah, I just get the Godrick rune over here, and then I teleport to Impassable Bridge. And then use the teleporter over here. Now, what you should normally do over here when you like reach this place is you rest, you level up. Like you level up strength, right? And you equip the Godrick rune. But I completely forgot about that and I had to like redo this running section. So let's just speed up a bit. Here I realized that I forgot it, so I just teleport back. I sit down, I run the rune, and then I use the rune arc. And then I run the same section again. I talk to Gael. He tells me a story. I leave. And then I go down the elevator. Right. So I'm gonna make a save here for like Radahn. Like every other boss that I've done. So far at least, I think. And I'm gonna go through the teleporter now. And like the moment you spawn in the arena, you're going to like smash the button for the horse and instantly start running backwards while Radahn is like over there trying to shoot you with arrows. Now the reason why we do that at the start of the fight is to like despawn Radahn. So normally he's gonna keep shooting arrows until you get close to him, right? Like that's you, that's Radahn. You have to like get really close to him. But if you despawn him, here's Radahn. And like here's you. He will start actually, instead of like continuing with the arrows, he's gonna run towards you with like his swords pulled out. And that's how you know that the despawn actually worked correctly. Is like he will pull out the swords and start riding the horse towards you, so he can like fight you melee, and you get rid of the like not inconsistent but like scary arrows phase. So yeah, he's shooting the arrow here. I sprint back just slightly before he shoots it, and then I go back in on the horse. You can do that without the horse. I just found it like more consistent on the horse for some reason. And it's also like faster. Now you can just buff up as he's like riding the horse towards you. Nothing to worry about. And like for Radahn, he has two different openings that he normally does when he like pulls out the swords. The first one would be like jumping forward and slamming the ground. And the other one would be like the drag attack that we want to get. If you get the drag attack, you need to like instantly recognize it and start sprinting towards him. So you can like get the max amount of damage before he gets to do anything really. So he's riding towards us. You see this animation? Like when he starts preparing, that's when you know like the drag is going to happen. You start sprinting instantly so that like the first one wouldn't like hit you. Sometimes if you're slow, you will have to roll this one. So you'll be like a bit out of stamina. So do be careful of that. I try to like hit the leg over here. Because like the balls are really weird with the hitboxes since like the range is small and this guy is really huge. Right? I hit the leg. I hit the leg again. For this, if you're like behind his leg, it will miss you. But if you're in front of his leg, it will hit you. So definitely roll it just in case. I didn't do it here because I knew it's not gonna like hit me. But definitely roll it. And don't do what I did here. After that, like, wait until Leonard is completely out of the ground before you attack, because like he won't be touched before that. Now, when you hear this sound, like at this kind of HP, you will hear a electricity or gravity kind of sound that he does. This, you will start like walking behind him, right? Do a charged, do another charged. Wait. Look at Radahn. When you see this color, you're gonna run in front of him and then instantly run backwards. If you roll in front of him, he will do the follow-up, which means you can like get more punishes and you will kill Radahn before he even gets to transition. Like here. I staggered him. 1 charged, 2 charged, and he's dead. I'm gonna reload the save, like for Radahn. And like showcase the fight. Hopefully I won't get hit. Radahn is definitely not one of my strongest boss fights. But hopefully I'll get to like showcase it properly. So yeah, get on the horse. As you can see, I'm preparing my pouch already. And I got the worst mouse in existence, so I'll have to like dodge them. It's fine. I guess that's one way to like showcase them to you. As you can see, like my mouse is just messing up the button that I want. Just go back in. Buff up. Sometimes he will like shoot at you even though like you despawned him. So do be careful that he pulls out the weapons before you start buffing. Or if he like starts shooting to the side, at least. Now take these off so you can get extra damage. Here's the drag again. Run towards him. Do 1 charged. Do another charged. Then do a 3rd charged if you want. Here's the 4th. Now I'm gonna start like walking, not even sprinting, just walking towards him. Roll that. Go behind him. My game lagged. Do 8 charged. Do 8 charged. And another charge. And that's all done. You will have to practice. The Iron Ball has one of the worst ranges to like fight Radahn with. And you will have to like start free aiming a lot. You can drink the physic here if you want. The fight isn't like long enough for it to matter. But yeah, that's how you normally do it. Sprint with the horse. And he's gone. Now you can go back in. Wait until he's like pulling out the weapons. He did. Now we can start buffing properly. Golden Vow. Flame grant me strength. But hopefully we'll get the like second opener, which is the jump slam that I mentioned. Just stand still, do not move around. And we didn't get that. Do it again then. 1 charged. Another charged. Another charged. And another charged. 1. Oh wow, that missed actually. So yeah, as I said, when he turns like kind of purple-ish, you do the charged and just wail on the horse. I'm gonna do it one last time and hopefully we'll get the RNG that I mentioned. If I don't, I'll just link a clip in the description that has it maybe. Because like this video is going to be really long and I would rather not like edit it around because like it's gonna take a shit ton of time to render. Yes, I am being lazy again, I know. Complain about it to the court. So yeah, just do not move around. when he's like walking towards you, because that can sometimes change his AI to do random shit. Oh, just run back until he does it. Now we can go in again, do a charged, do another charged, run that, do another charged, go behind him, 1, 2, roll in front of him, go behind him again, 2, 1, 2. As you see, like, as you could have like noticed, some of my attacks there dealt less damage than normal, and that's because like one of the balls ended up like missing the boss fight, or like the horse. So that's what happens when you miss one of them, or two. Unfortunately, I didn't get the like jumping slam thing, but I got a different opener, which was like pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen that one, but it's sort of similar. Like, it's the same premise. He does an attack that you don't want. You just run back until he does the attack that you want, and then you go back in. You have plenty of damage to do whatever you want, and let's say that you ended up screwing so hard that like you didn't manage to kill him in first phase and he ended up transitioning. What do you do there? Do you just bone out? No. No. You will not bone out in this run. Just run back. Go back in. As I said, sometimes it will fail. You can just use the host to despawn it, or like dodge it, or like roll it, like so. Just keep running until he's despawned again. Like that. Now you can go on the host again, and hopefully this time he will actually do the attack. I am so glad I tried it again, actually. Didn't expect him to, like, not get despawned correctly. Right. Let's take these two off. And here's the jumping slam. Oh my god! He's so nice. Right, now go in. Do one charged. Do another charged. Roll that. Charge. Do another charge. I'm gonna stagger him here, and I'm not gonna kill him. I'm just gonna wait. So even like if he decides to go up, just stare at the same place, and once you see him, run back, just sprint back. Don't do anything else. And go back in. Attack him once here, if you manage to get him. If you don't, attack the horse. Attack the horse, and essentially he's dead. Like, you should have way more than enough damage to kill him on the transition move. But yeah, I'm really glad that I actually tried it again, because he gave me the RNG that I wanted to showcase. Both, actually, not just one. So yeah, you just take the grace over here, because you're locked at the moment. Feel free to level up if you want. That's what I'm gonna do. I just spam like strength and put... I don't think I put like endurance until really late. Now I go to round table so I can get my third talisman slot from Anya, I think her name is, or Ensha. I can't remember. Either way, just take the talisman slot over here. And then we're gonna go to the, like, this little balcony over here. We're not gonna drop down. We're gonna talk to Roger and take the, like, we're gonna take the glint, not the Glintblade Phalanx, the rapier that he has. Now, teleport to Altus Plateau, not Capital. I messed up here again with the teleports. So yeah, let's just skip to that. keep heading like somewhat north, so we can go ahead and visit Gilika. And I think this fight was also like kind of iffy. I did mess up the charge attacks. Like I missed her a few times, but the damage is way too high, so it didn't really matter. So yeah, just keep going through this section. Oops. I'm trying to do something and I'm doing the opposite. So, I'm gonna drop over here. I'm gonna make a save now. Yep. I used the instant quit out of Yautun here to like make the save. And then like it's basically Crackblade, Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me Strength, obviously with the physic, and then like we're gonna do 3 charged and she's dead. I'm gonna like load a save and try to not miss her this time. I'm really not used to fighting this boss fight, because like her hitboxes are extremely odd, especially with the ball, but hopefully I'll showcase it. Physic, Crackblade, Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me Strength, Drink, and I like to remove these 2 for the extra damage that I get. Then go in, and I try to like aim towards her. Like, see, that's what I see. That's what I mean by like I keep missing her. But yeah, it's basically 3 charge attacks. Let's do it again. Hopefully this time I know the timing properly. There we go. Yeah, that's how it should go. So here's what happened in the run. I basically, I think, missed 2 charge attacks in a row. Yep. Yep. And I almost had to like fight the boss that I don't even know like what she's capable of doing. But yeah, don't be like me. Do practice the charge attacks for this boss fight, because like it's important to not mess it up. Once you get the ritual sword from like the chest behind her, go to Capital Rampart now, and we're ready for the like for Leyndell basically. Let me check. Did I make a save for Godfrey? I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. That's good. Because Godfrey is like one of the bosses that I need to explain a lot of stuff on. I'm gonna like fight him with a +0 Ironborn with no like buffs and stuff, so I can showcase the moveset and what you can do and what you can't do. But yeah. So for this section, it's fairly straightforward. We're gonna get the East Grace because we're gonna come back here later on to like go to Forbidden Lands. It's very, very straightforward. You're just going to Assassin's Gambit over here. And let's do some drawing. Gonna go down like that, like that, like that. And then you're gonna circle with like the arc over here. There's a golden rune over here if you want to pick that up. I usually pick it up to like regen some stamina as I'm going. Then we're gonna go all over the way here, drop down the stairs, and onto the buildings. Let's see that in real time, without like the scrabbles that I just did. Don't worry, they will attack, but they won't hit you, as long as you're sprinting. So yeah, keep going with the arc over here. I regen the stamina and then I hold block to continue. I jump from this railing, but my game lagged. And then I drop down to this building. For this spot, like before I continue the drop, a lot of people like seem to go through this like that. Sorry, not like this, but rather from here to here to here and like continue the path. And that's completely valid, completely viable. I just don't know exactly how to do it without like aggroing the imps, and I would rather not risk it. So I just do the route that I know, which is just me also being lazy and like not learning new strats or like optimize the routings. It's not like a huge difference in time, I don't feel like it. It could be huge. I don't know if you're going for speed. This route like is extremely comfy for and like is meant for beginners. But at the same time, it's like still sub 1 hour 50 easily. Like I get so many safety items and so many safety, like I do so many safety strats, but it's still like fairly easy. So yeah, you gambit when you go down the elevator here, jump on the buildings. If you fall over here, please don't be scared to like just go all the way back and like go up the buildings again. Please do not bone out or like teleport out because like a zombie is aggro to you. Nothing bad is going to happen as long as you have gambit. I promise you. Now the jump here is a bit tricky, and this is the one that like a lot of people usually fail. The goal here is to like jump as you're like nearing the edge, so that like you can get to the other side without worrying about falling. And then I like to get the golden rune 12 here. I jump over this like small cone thing, and then I walk and jump to this side. Now see this patrolling knight? What I do is like gambit over here, so I can have like enough distance to like just sprint all the way, instead of like waiting for him over here and like waiting for him to go to the left like he normally patrols. I just gambit and walk, and that usually like is the perfect timing. And this gambit like runs out basically when I reach the ladder. Now on the dragon wing, the way to like speed up this section is to hold block and jump every like few steps. And if you do it correctly, not like what I'm doing right now, it should be extremely fast. And then I just drop down. You can pick up the rune arc over here. Doesn't really matter. You can use it, I guess, for practice, but you have ER tool. Then I gambit over here again. I don't interact with the knight over here. And I try to stick to the right side here, because there is also like an event trigger for a guy right after this small like opening here, or like the window, the arc thing. An enemy is going to like attack from here to here, and will almost like barely miss like right here. So we're just gonna stick to the right side, so we don't have to like don't worry about anything. See, 1, 2, 2, 2. As you can see, like we're already past them at this point, so it doesn't really matter. But if you're like really close, you can get hit by him on the way. You don't need that grace. You can take it like as a safety precaution or whatever, but you definitely don't need it. Just keep going. And like I like to gambit here, so that I don't aggro the three spear dudes. I don't know what their name is. I don't care either. And I try to touch the back of this dude so that this guy doesn't see me. The moment like I collide with his back, I know that I did it correctly. And I gambit here again so that I can have like time to buff here without the 3 spear dude over here hearing me. Because sometimes he can hear like bloody slash and such. Like even though we don't have it, he can sometimes like just hear it and aggro too. like to you, and it can be messy. Let's just say that. So yeah, for this fight, I'm not gonna even show you this this one. I'm just gonna load the save because I think this fight is extremely important to showcase. Whoops. Do that. But yeah, I genuinely think this is one of the fights the most, and I do have like a few notes that I wanna go through before we go to before we talk about the fight. Let me just show them real quick for you. Notes. Here you are. So the first thing first is to stick to his left side, which is your right side, right? Do not follow him in awkward positions, for example, like under this thing, or near corners, or on top of stairs. Try to keep the fight in the middle of the arena, so that you don't have to worry about too many things, right? If he does a singular spin with the axe, that one you can strafe. If he does a double spin, that one you have to dodge. You can strafe it too, but it's definitely not worth doing. Now let me spawn a regular iron ball that is +0, so that I can showcase the fight in a longer session example, I guess. So here we have it, +0. We're gonna go in. He has two different openers. One is the axe slam, which is this one, the overhead. You can punish that with a charged. And wow, this damage is still high. Always jump the stomps that he does, never roll them. Wait until he attacks, don't attack while he's staring at you. You can roll this one because you're really close. Jump that one, roll into that one, do a charge, roll that one. You roll that one because he has a follow-up. You can strafe this one by just going to his right. Or his left, sorry. I don't like the lag in this arena. I'm trying to showcase the fight, stop lagging! Anyway. You're gonna have to practice this fight a lot. And as you can see, the arena is pretty laggy. When you're close, feel free to dodge, because roll. Because if you're really close to his leg, he can just stomp you. I'm trying to showcase it. Not this one, but the huge stomp that he does normally. Chop, chop, homie. Do something else. This one. This is just frustrating. Let's do this again. Hopefully it will be fixed if I do that. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go in. This opener you will never see unless you run away when the fight starts, so don't worry too much about it. It can happen, you will have to learn how to deal with it. Okay. Right, one last time. Just one last time. And hopefully it's not gonna be laggy, it's not gonna be messy or anything. I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna try to fight them. As I said, this opener you will never see in a regular scenario. This is just an opener because I don't have I didn't load the save. So yeah, just wait until he does an action. This one you'll have to delay the roll. Jump this one. Roll that one. Try to stick to his left side. You can get a charge attack here. You have to roll if you're in a bad position like I was. And like this lag is just making me really annoyed while trying to teach the fight. Just gonna freeze his HP. I usually play without lock on, because like that's just how I'm used to it. With keyboard and mouse it's fairly easier, but I'll try to do it with lock on. You get a charge here. Delay that. Charged. Roll that. There's another charged. You can roll that. Or like you have to roll that because like you're in front of him. You can do a jumping R1. Never a jumping R2. Jumping R2s are bad. Never do that. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if it's Gino who says it. It's not safe. And I promise you it's not safe. And when you get a stagger, like you can just attack him. Always wait until he attacks. Never be the one initiating the attacks. You can like make some distance like this. So you can bait the axe overhead. If he would be like so gracious to do it, maybe. Nope. Come on, homie. He doesn't like me today. If you're in a bad position, feel free to like crawl away. You don't like always have to stay aggressive. He has like this shove attack that you have to roll away from. I don't know any other like good dodge for it really. Again, he's still like not doing the axe overhead that I'm telling him about, or like telling you about. Roll that. You can do a charged or an R2. You can do a jumping R1 for this one. You can do an R2 for this one. You have to strafe this one, or like roll it. Either works. Strafing is like always a better option when you can, because like it saves stamina. Here's the overhead finally. You can get a charged here. Jumping R1. Try not to jump to his leg when he's stomping, because if you do that, then it's basically game over for you. And if you're like really close, do not jump so that you don't get attacked by the stomp. Try to like roll when you're really close and like you can outspace the rocks on the ground, basically. Only then can you like actually do that. But yeah, this fight will only come with practice. There is only so much that I can like really share that's going to be useful. So yeah, as I said, stick to his left side. Don't follow him to awkward positions. Try to make the fight like stay in the middle of the arena. So for example, if he decides to go here for random reasons, and he will at certain times, just stay here. Wait for him to like do an attack that you can go in on. This one you can go in on, by the way. I just decided to back off. And continue attacking him like Omen. The fight itself shouldn't take too long with a leveled weapon. And I'll showcase it here. Where is it? 10 of freeze HP. Like, the fight should be extremely fast. You drink. You do Crackblade. Golden Vow. Flame grant me strength. By the way, for these fights, I will be linking in the description extremely like endurance heavy kills from really insane players that I really respect. And hopefully they're gonna like teach you how to fight the bosses. And obviously, just playing against the bosses will teach you a lot of stuff. it will also like teach you how to lag all the time. But yeah, the fight is fairly straightforward. It's fairly telegraphed. I think if you play the game at least once, you should know how to like fight him with little to no issues. But I definitely had to like talk about it for a bit. Now skip the buffing for a bit. It's the regular. Remove everything, go in. And he does the overhead here as well. I do a charged. I strafe the storm. I do a charged. I jumping R1 and then I roll the attack. I do another charged. I roll the like axe uppercut, I guess. And I get a stagger, then I kill him. Fairly fast, fairly easy. And like shouldn't be like an issue as long as you practice it slightly. And as long as you don't lag the way I was lagging earlier. My god, that was like really bad. So yeah, equip the Radagon Socian here. Do Assassin's Gambit. My voice is getting tired, I'll be honest. Jesus. So yeah, this strat is really fucking cool. And I think you're gonna love it. This was found by Azaz during one of the bounties that we had a while back for Elden Ring Hitless. It was a rune level 1 region locked, any percent. And like the strat is basically the following. You like stay on this track, right? And you try to sneak all the way here. And you basically stand behind the assassin. So she can't even see you. Like her vision radius is like something like that, for example. And you're basically in the blind spot of it. It's really fucking cool and it's really fast. It's extremely consistent. Especially with Gambit. Like with Gambit, you just run all the way to the corner. Keep sprinting. And when she like starts waking up and like there's like slight distance that you can run through, just start going in. I will showcase it with the, like, what do you call it? With the targeting view, the thing that I explained earlier. And hopefully my PC won't explode because of that. I can see the lag already. Just gonna do that, so we don't have to, like, fight it again. Oh boy. That's funny. So yeah, equip the Radagon Socian here. See this like blue thing over here? That's the aggression radius of the assassin. And this is what we're gonna do. Just gonna run all the way here. Stick to the right side. As you can see, she can't see us from this side. Keep running over here. And you just basically go through the blind spot. And if you like just look at her, she's gonna go back to sleep now. She just doesn't care. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens with this strat. Now back to the video. We're gonna rest. We're gonna level up. Because why not? You know? I like to go for like a 15, because I think like some stamina is always nice. And it like makes things like more comfy. Especially like if you're not used to the strats and you can't stamina manage properly. So yeah, this strat is very similar to, what do you call it? It's very similar to Godfrey, like the one that we fought earlier. It basically is supposed to be the following. We're gonna go in, like after buffing, we're gonna do a shackle, and then 3 charged. We're gonna riposte, and then we're gonna do a charged as soon as like the riposte animation is over. Like we're just gonna smash the charged attack button so that we can like instantly queue it after. if we queue it like right after this stagger, even though like Morgott has like really low HP at this point, he will not transition because like the getting up animation will have more priority than the transition animation. So let's just go back in and I'll showcase it as I'm explaining, and I'll showcase what can happen and like what can go wrong essentially. So yeah, we drink the physic, we crack blade, we golden vow, flame grant me strength, drink, get rid of these two, gonna enter the fight, we're gonna use the shackle. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and I like to be unlocked in this fight because I feel like the charge attacks sometimes miss because of like Morgott's animations. So definitely learn how to like just do this part unlocked at least. Now that he's staggered, we're gonna riposte. And right after this, like as soon as the animation here is like over, the riposte animation, I am currently queuing the charge attack so that I can attack before he completely gets up. And since Morgott has like a scripted attack at the 80% HP, which is the Swords Rain, he will now do it. And he will die because he's tried to do a really long attack that you can punish easily. Now I'm gonna showcase what happens if you fuck that up. And in theory, you shouldn't fuck it up. Like, it should be really straightforward. But who knows, maybe nerves, maybe whatever. We'll just go through it real quick together. And what you can do to avoid the like randomness that's going to happen after. Especially if you don't want to land the boss fight. First things first, we're gonna craft 2 sleeping pots, just in case. And we're gonna keep them here. Now we're gonna drink. We're gonna crack blade. We're gonna golden vow. We're gonna flame grant me strength. Get rid of these 2. Drink again. And I'm just gonna get rid of this to like make it easier for myself. So we went on. Shackle. 1 charged, 2 charged, and 3 charged. Regen some stamina. Riposte. And now I'm just gonna delay it so you can see what happens. So now when that happens, you're just gonna try to throw 2 sleeping pots at Morgott. And when he like gets this animation, you're just gonna attack him again. That's how you get rid of the randomness, by not even allowing him to attack once. You're just gonna have to like back off and wait for the transition move. And definitely be careful of the geysers. The geysers are completely random. They can spawn literally anywhere on the map. So look below you before you start attacking or before you start throwing pots. That's pretty much it for the fight. There isn't really much to be said. Like, especially with the script this straightforward. If you wanna like learn this boss even more, I do have a 60 pages written guide, which is really funny to say, but I have that ready, and like feel free to like ask more questions about this boss fight if you would like to learn him more. After like obviously reading the doc, which kind of like covers everything and more, I feel like. 1 sec. As you can see, we have a very, very beefy document with a shit ton of details on the boss fight. These are all, by the way, like images that haven't loaded yet because my internet is bad, but you get the point. It's way too detailed, so feel free to like check it out. I'll link it in the description as well, and yeah. It's literally the only guide that I will ever write that's going to be this long.
Allow me,
I-
you are unable.
I don't think I have it in me to like
Past
write
the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame.
a similar thing again. So yeah, here, what you should do, and what I forgot to do, first things first, do not level up. Second thing, change the time to day. Don't keep it night, because we are going to Forbidden Lands, and if it's nighttime, there's a night cavalry on the way, and it's kind of scary. It's not really too scary, but it's kind of scary, and we don't want scary. Scary is bad. So, definitely, change the time today. I will have to like do that later on in like this section. Like I do it on the Forbidden Lands Grace, because I'm an idiot and I completely forgot about that. Either way, you're just gonna do the same thing you did to like reach Godfrey, except this time instead of like going towards the elevator, we're just gonna look back and open the door. So speed up. And I'm sorry if I'm like losing energy as we go. I didn't expect to like talk for almost 3 hours like about Elden Ring, and I definitely didn't expect the like I didn't expect to have to ad-lib so many things, because like I don't have actual notes. I'm just going off what I'm seeing and explaining what I remember. So yeah, after you open the door, Assassin's Gambit. So you can sneak past this idiot over here. And I also like to Assassin's Gambit after like the first set of stairs here, just in case. Like here, almost. Just in case these idiots here aggro to me. And I stick to the right side to make sure that nobody will ever like actually notice me. And then I go up the elevator here. I do like a tiny jump. It's not really needed. You don't have to do it. Don't do it if you're scared of doing it, but like it just speeds up the elevator by a second or two maybe. Use runes over here if you want. I only use the remembrance so that I can like, because like I'm gonna go back to the round table to level up the weapon. So I was like, you know, I'll just sell them later. For this part, we're just gonna throw a kukri around this area so that we can aggro the dude over here and the two dudes near the door. Like so. And I like to go to the left side for a bit until they like walk all the way back. And then I throw a kukri over here so that the host dude always aggroes to it. And I don't have to worry about him chasing me forever. That's kind of it for this running section. Just keep running all the way to the next elevator. And as I said earlier, this is where like I will change the daytime to, or like the day cycle to morning, because like I completely forgot about that. And then for this path, we're just gonna like head east. And yeah, literally just keep heading east. There really isn't too much to be said about this section. Just be careful of the militiamen, and you should be fine. On this tree, like when you do this quick jump, be careful, there is an actual jump here. From the left side, there are like a few poison traps, so we always go from the right side. If you want to go from the left side, do be careful of the poison traps. Maybe like wear armor or something. But besides that, you should be completely safe, I feel like. I tried to like do a, I guess, aggroless section, but apparently that dude aggros way quicker than I expected, so it didn't really matter. So that was like a failed jump attempt or thing, I don't know. Take the golden seed if you want, that's fine. And then like near the rolled lift, there will be like a Blackblade Kindred. This Blackblade Kindred, like the gargoyle in like past the Phantom Tree, he also like has a roll attack that he can like shoot at you. So do be careful of that and always look behind you when you're like going up the stairs. I got stuck on like one of the like things on the way. I don't know what this is. But it didn't matter because like he did the long combo attack. Sometimes he can chase you like really fast, and that's when you like really have to worry about the roar and be ready for it. To dodge the roar, usually like you get off the horse while you're like standing still, so that like you have almost 2 seconds of iframes, which is fucking wild, really. Anyway, on to Zama's Ruin. We're gonna take the Grace, and then we're going to Assassin's Gambit, so that we can get the Smithing Bell number 3 and upgrade our weapon to plus 19, because we have 2 Smithing 7s already. So yeah, Gambit, get on the horse again. There is another path to this. I just find it a bit more scary than the one that I'm doing right now, so I did this one. Just go up. When you see this like spectral animal, keep jumping up a bit here. And from this bush, you're just gonna get off the horse. Right here. Don't worry about that guy. He will never follow you down there. So you should be safe. Yeah. Open the chest. Take the bell. And back to round table. Do not buy a rune arc. I accidentally pressed it too many times and almost bought one. Buy 12 smithing stones 5 and 12 6. Then go to the blacksmith and upgrade to plus 19. That way we're basically ready for Fire Giant. We just like put all the levels to strength after that. Because what else can you do with the levels, you know? I'm losing my voice. Help. Yeah, just spam that strength. Click yes. And let's go on our way to Zama Ruin. From here, we're gonna go through the longest running section in existence. I want you to head to like between east and south, the same way that I'm doing right now, and then perform a double jump over here. And then what I do is like when I see the tree, like this tree in front of me, I drop down next to it. And there's like a bird over here. But if you stick to the right side, that bird will never aggro to you. Right? And then, like, once we are near the, like, monks, or like the fire monks over here, I drop down, I gambit, I get on the horse again, and see this rock? The moment I'm next to it, I'm just gonna tap R1 with the Uchi onto the air. Like so. That produces sound. This fire monk will look towards the sound now. I keep sprinting over here. And once I see like a item on a chair, that item, I get off the horse almost here. I gambit again. I get on the horse, and this is to like not aggro the golem over there, like the archer golem. And we will aggro him like really late, and he won't be able to do much for us really. So just get on the horse again. Keep sprinting. Keep sprinting. Keep sprinting. You're fine. He would start aggroing almost here. Yep. Now he's like preparing his shot. And by the time he like actually shoots it, we're way ahead. So he will never touch us. And now we can just like go back up. Or like go up. And do this section without any care of. I'm sorry if like the guide is going to be extremely long. I'm just trying to cover as many information, or like I'm trying to cover as many things and as many details as I can without like missing a singular thing that you can like be wondering about. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Hopefully I didn't like give bad information either. And hopefully it's going to be like a useful guide that you're gonna learn from and go on to like create your own routes, not just copy this route and get an any percent, then like close the game and never open it again. Because I really like, as much as I say that I hate this game, I really love this fucking game. And I really want like the Hitless community for this game to grow and like learn new stuff and test with random shit that like you don't normally see. Because like, I don't know, I feel like the Iron Ball route is kind of stale and the Serpent Hunter is the same. I would like to see like more variety with certain stuff. But since like a lot of people seem to ask about this route, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll make one. Excessive ranting that is kind of meaningless. See this rock over here? Like this tiny land thing? We're gonna try to run all the way over here. Right? And why do we go there? This is the reason. So see this frozen lake? You know how like there's a dragon over here named Borealis? Borealis has like specific spawn locations, right? And if we like go to this land over here and almost here, Borealis will almost always spawn behind it. That means the whole area here will be like completely free for us to roam without worrying about like him attacking us or anything. This is like probably the safest thing that you can do for this section, and the easiest thing as well, because like you just run with the horse, you trigger the spawn location for him, and then you just back off. Really, you don't need to do anything else. So yeah, just keep running. When you see like his face spawning in front of you, that's where you start backing off. I know, I backed off like really fast when he started. Of like, as soon as like you hear that roar, you know that he spawned there. Just back off and keep heading south. That way he will never like actually hit you with any attack, and you'll be like really far away from him to do anything for you. It's really nice. I think this one, like this strat was found by CJ. Couch Jockey. The like head leader of Convergence mod, I believe. Pretty cool dude. Had really cool strats. would love to see more of his runs. Either way, I keep ranting about random shit because like this summoning section is so fucking empty and I just want to ramble about anything. Now we're gonna go to the spring over here. And like continue our path towards Fire Giant. This Evergel, I think. Who was it? Vike, maybe? Yeah. Before anything, do be careful of this dog over here. Even if you have Beast Repellent Torch, this dog, as far as I can remember, has like the red eyes. That means he does not care if you have Beast Torch or not. He will just aggro to like onto anything really. So definitely be careful when you go through this section. For this section, I like to go like behind this witch over there, or like the, I don't know, sorceress, I guess. And then I like to go through this path, and then between these two like woods thing, and then onto the chain bridge, not bridge. Wow. Yeah, just keep going through the chain bridge. And keep heading south. We're almost done. That's awesome. If you've like reached this section, or even like if you've reached Leyndell Hitless, you should definitely be proud of the progress that you're making. Even if it doesn't look that difficult, the execution can always be like scary, especially with like nerves playing a big factor in hitless runs, and like, oh, what if I mess up? Oh, what if I forget something? This kind of stuff. Definitely like make notes if you think you're gonna forget stuff. They're always useful, and like you can look back at them while practicing and while doing attempts. And like eventually you'll just get a muscle memory for like this stuff and do it without even what do you call it? Notes. I'm sorry, I keep rambling. I think I'm just losing focus or something. I want you to keep heading south. Right? And over here, if you go through this section, there's a huge hand that's going to drop on the ground. It's not safe. I used to do it. I literally got finger flipped by the hand and I lost a hitless run that way. That wasn't very cool. So now what I do is the following. I go from here and like that, and like there's a small hole that I can go through, then that, and then onto the grace over here. So instead of going from here onto here, I just do this now. Just like this is safe. This isn't safe. Wow. I can't even draw anymore. But yeah, between the trees and the rock, I just go in. Go left. And here's the grace that we're gonna be using. Now pull out the katana, because we're gonna be using Assassin's Gambit to pick up the ancient smithing, like ancient dragon smithing stone. Such a weird name. I wonder why they decided on dragon. Either way. Don't worry about the bird over here. He's not gonna aggro to you since you have Gambit. Just run towards this area and like try to jump, because running here will not do anything. You have to like jump into the mouth. Just pick up the item and teleport out to the like Fire Giant grace. Now this fight is one of the fights that is like really important to practice. because he has different openers and he has different attacks, and like a lot of them aren't really easy to tell when you get started. And the only way that you can like start learning them is by either watching players fighting the fight, and like I mean endurance skills especially, or by what do you call it, or by like just practicing it yourself and like testing random stuff yourself. Now I like to stand almost here, like after that the fight will trigger normally, so I just buff up with Crankblade, Physic, Golden Bow, and Flame Garment Strength. As always, the order isn't important, but the reason why we do it this way is because Physic is 3 minutes. I'm sorry for my handwriting. I'm using the mouse and it's hard as a left-handed person to write it. So 3 minutes. That's M. Crackblade is like 60 seconds, I believe. It's so hard, man. Crag, fine. 45. Vow. And 30. That's S. That's also S. F, G, M, S. That's the reason why we like buff in this order. There is no other reason, and like it doesn't really matter if you don't want to do that like with this order. Now keep the Golden Vow and the Seal with you for this fight, because we're gonna buff while like we're waiting for certain stuff. This opener is like one of the easiest openers that you can get. It just drags the like plate that he has above your head. What I like to do here is the following: like see his knee, stand almost near his knee, because like by the time the attack animation is over, his leg is going to be like in the perfect spot for you to charge attack it. See? I do an easy charge right there, and then I like instantly follow up the follow the leg. I do another charge and a third charge, and I get a fourth. On the after the fourth, he will stagger always, because I have Crackblade. So I throw one pot, 2 pots, and he will get staggered for a bit. That allows me to use Flame Garment Strength again, because as you can see, it was about to run out, I think. Yep, it did run out exactly the moment I used it. And then I do one charged and a second charged. And then I Golden Vow. Here you should like drink a blue blue Estus. But I forgot to do that. And so like the second phase is kind of scuffed. I forgot and I had to drink, and then I threw it again. And it worked, thankfully. But definitely drink after the Golden Vow and before throwing the pots. Now we're gonna go to the left hand, and we're gonna do 4 charged again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna go to the hand, do 1 charged, and a tap or 2 or a charge, like depending on the HP. But definitely focus on the weak spots of first phase. For example, let's go back here. That's way too far, I guess. Over here. That's perfect. I'm just gonna draw how the weak spots are. So this over here, and this is basically the weak spot. And this is why you should be attacking. Like this is good. This, that's bad. Don't attack here. And for the second phase, the hands are the weak spots. But yeah, we already saw this fight. Let's skim through it again. We do 4 charged. We get staggered. Do a charged. Do an R2. And if you got the Golden Foul, you can use one here, like I mentioned earlier. Now we're just gonna speed this up because we're just riding the horse. I make like I craft sleeping pods because we're gonna fight Duo next. You can do that at any time, but like I'm just trying to save time while I'm riding the horse. And the time that I save I completely waste by using the 5 giant remembrance right now. But at least I tried. So yeah, I go here, I level up strength, like always. I don't think about anything else, because like anything else is kind of redundant. And during the recording, I think I got a call, so I let the cutscene play. We're just gonna skip through that. Damn, that's a long cutscene. Whoops. Okay. I'm back. Right. Farum Azula. This is like the area before the like final boss fight. Or like final boss fights. You're just gonna be using Gambit here. Like the running sections are fairly easy to maneuver, because like Gambit just makes them super easy. This is a Smithing Stone 8. Very nice to have. And then you can drop down here. You can walk down, you can run. I just wanted to like pick up the Golden Rune 9. So here we are. Once you're like past this torch, or like that torch, you can Gambit and then like attack the ground here. Like so. You can use anything to produce sound basically, so that you can like oh my god. Yeah, we attack the ground so that we can aggro this guy, and like he goes to investigate, and then we drop from this side so he won't see us, because like the other dudes are all looking at the ground for whatever reason. It basically is a free running section over here. And once we're past this part here, a dude will start patrolling, but so long we like stick to the left side and like don't get near him, he will not see us, because like his targeting view is super small. So we get to like sneak all the way here without even worrying about a single enemy. And then like we just run. There's a dragon here. Just stick to the left side or the right side, either works. He's not gonna do anything to you, I promise. Sometimes the lightning would be like really annoying, but besides that, that should be fine. Like this lightning is random, you can't do anything about it really. There's another smithing 8 here that we can get. And then I like to rest here in case anything goes wrong. I'm gonna make a save state for this section because like I wanted to go through it and explain certain stuff like after the run itself. So I'll just load a save real quick and showcase it. I believe it's this one. And where's it? ER tool, view event regions. There we go. So this section is fairly also like straightforward, and I found like a really nice strat that makes it extremely easy to do. Excuse me. That makes it really easy to like deal with. So basically we're just gonna Gambit. We're gonna sprint this section. Once we're past this line and like see this box, we need to like go through it to trigger like an enemy there to start patrolling. That one. The one like that's walking in the middle right now. And then I like to drop from here, crouch, and stick to the left side. Keep sticking to the left side. And just like that, we'll pass this room safely without aggroing a single thing, and it's completely easy and basically foolproof, which is like me. I'm the fool. That's why I made this strat. Back to the video. There we go. So, you just gambit. You run the section. And I like to gambit again, just in case it runs out. It shouldn't run out, but who knows. Just crouch and stick to the left side. If you don't stick to the left side, the dude that we just got past while crouching sometimes can see us. But if we stick to the left side, he will never see us, and it will always be the same result. Now I gambit here again, and I drop down next to the skelly. Do not attack while dropping down, because the skelly can see it, or can hear it and aggro to you, and we don't want that. And then you jump through the platforms here. And there are two paths that you can take here. You can either go from this side. I don't like that one, because it aggroes an event triggered enemy here. So I go from this side and all the way here. Either works, either are safe. The event triggered enemy will never hit you, but I just do not like seeing my stamina bar getting depleted at all. I want to see green. That's literally the only reason why. So yeah, you can rest here, in case you messed up Godskin Duo and you had to bone out, because if you take the other grace, that the one inside the arena, you can't do Assassin's Gambit again. And I'll showcase how to redo that again. I think my Godskin Duo fight here was really scuffed. Well, I will showcase it and teach you what to do and stuff. There isn't a specific strat that we're gonna be going for, because our damage is way too high, and we end up blasting them way too quick for it to be a one cycle or anything. There probably is a way to make it one cycle. I just didn't put enough time into doing that, because I thought the fight is fairly easy and fairly simple. If you need some sort of one cycle for the boss, I'm pretty sure someone in Team Hitless will have one. But yeah. See this line over here? This line is is the line that will trigger the boss fight. We're gonna mark it with this bone over here, right? If I stand on this bone over here, the boss fight will spawn. So Godskin Noble will be here, Godskin Apostle will be here, right? And what we're gonna do is stand here and then backstep twice. That means 2 spaces, on keyboard and mouse, or whatever the button is on controllers. Right? So I stand on top of the bone over here. 1, 2. I aim to the apex, and then I throw 2 sleep pots. What this will do is basically both Duo and Apostle, Noble and Apostle, will hear the first sleep pot and will start working towards it. And by that time, the second sleep pot will land, and it will sleep both of them at the same time. Sometimes Apostle will be late on the response, or maybe you messed up the lineup and he didn't sleep. You can just chug a third sleep pot and that should be fine. But yeah, make sure to heal up, since we're going to be using Ritual Sword Talisman. Here I forgot the physic before doing Crackblade, but it doesn't matter either way. Golden Vow. Drink if you need to. Flame grant me strength, and keep the buffs with you, because we're gonna be using them. So charged, I wait for stamina for a bit and then like I do 2 more charged attacks. This guy normally does from that. And then like I start rebuffing to like make time go by. Because like every 15 seconds after one of them is dead, like the one that was dead 15 seconds ago, before the other died, like it how do I explain this? English, don't fail me now. So for example, there's Noble and there's Apostle, right? If I kill Apostle, Noble, and I wait 15 seconds, and then I kill Apostle, the third spawned Godskin will always be Noble. I think it's 15 or like 20 seconds, something around that. But yeah. That's essentially why we rebuff, to like waste time while doing something. So yeah, charged, and the third charged. And you usually like shrug a sleep bot over there, and they usually sleep from it. But I threw it like a bit behind him, so he didn't sleep instantly, and I had to like wait for him to do something else. He did like a really easy attack to dodge, which is the Black Fire Bomb. And because like he was slept, he missed it completely. I rebuffed again just in case I needed the damage, but I don't think you will need the damage anyway. Just safety measures, I guess. I will like try to redo the fight now and try to like make it a bit cleaner. So yeah, that's essentially Godskin Duo. Now let's see, Godskin Duo, load save, and let's go through the game. I will turn off the event regions. I mean, no, actually keep them, so that I can like showcase the thing that I mentioned earlier about the bone. So you crouch here, and you wait for this guy to pass you by, and then you crouch sprint, and then you start sprinting. And this way you're completely safe. Now I have max HP on, shouldn't really matter, because like you can just drink and it will work normally. See this huge box over here? That's the event trigger for them, which is basically the bone as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, I will use Assassin's Gambit, and then we're gonna walk towards the bone. The boss fight will spawn. Backstep once, backstep twice, aim at the apex. 1, 2. And now just wait for them to walk to it. Both will sleep. Can Assassin's Gambit again. And then you can heal. Drink. Drink. Buff. 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 I love buffing. This game is so good. And then go behind this guy. Do 1 charged. Do a 2nd charged. Wait. Do a 3rd charged. A 4th charged. And a 5th charged. Now we're gonna buff again. And we're counting in our head to 15. Just gonna wait a bit, because waiting is always good. Now we're gonna attack. 1, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna throw a pot. And that's how it should go every time. Now you can just do 1, 2, 3, and the boss fight is over. Good job. Back to the video. Now we're gonna teleport back to Roundtable, since we got our smithing bell number 4. That means we can finally get to plus 25. Just gonna use the small rune that I have here, because why not, you know? And then we're gonna give him the bell. And we're gonna buy 10 smithing 7 and 9 smithing 8. Because we already collected 3 in Faroth. Or like, sorry, we collected 2 in Faroth. And we already had 1 like from Fort Faroth. Now we're just gonna upgrade the balls to plus 25 real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. The rest can go to strength like usual. And I know what you want to say. I literally changed it to 69 and put the rest to endurance just because I thought it was funny. I know, I'm childish. I don't care. Now go to the temple altar. Make sure that you have Assassin's Gambit equipped. Use it on this door. And then I want you to hit this wall. Just once. And drop down. Don't worry about the beasts behind you because they're now aggro to the sound that you produced earlier. Now there's this dog, which like you can go through if you have the beast torch repellent, but I don't have it currently equipped, so I'm just gonna go all the way back. I'm gonna pick up the rune, and we're gonna prepare to do this jump. This jump is fairly easy. Just a tiny bit of practice will teach you how to do it. And like, there is really no risk for it. You have the beast repellent torch, so there's also like the alternative path that you can do, which is go back, which is basically going from here to this window and then down the like intended path, I suppose. But yeah, this is just speeding up the path just a tiny bit with like little to no risk, really. Now you can gambit again before like this section, but I've never been hit here. I don't think anyone will ever get hit here. If you're scared of the guy that's aggroed, then feel free to like gambit there, but I promise you nothing bad will happen. And the Crucible Knight here will like try to follow you, but he doesn't have any ranged attacks, so you're also safe. Just drop down from here. And like, I'll look back at him and he's just gonna be staring. Like a moron. But yeah. This section, you will have to like practice just a tiny bit. It's really not difficult. And I think I made it really scary in the run compared to what it should have been. So I'll showcase it like again in a second. But essentially what we want to do is the following. Skip the loading screens. You're gonna gambit. Gonna sit down here, crouch, and start walking. Keep sticking to the right side so that we don't aggro this bird. And once you're like near the broken ledge here, drop down again. Stick to the corners, or like to the walls. Be careful of the lightning spawns, because like the lightning is random completely. Again. And then you're just gonna either wait for the next lightning cycle, or just run like that. Oops. Like that. There we go. Now, I didn't wait for the lightning cycle, and it was kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because, like, a lightning spawned in my face. Like that. And I just jumped through it because, like, I was like, no, I don't care. I made a safe state. But it worked out just fine. So, you need to, like, stand on this corner now. Right? Like here. and you're gonna pull out the bow. You're gonna use Mighty Shot and try to aim on this head or like on his leg or whatever like part of body you can touch. But you need to deal any sort of damage to this dragon so that he aggroes to you, and then he's going to despawn instantly after. So one Mighty Shot to the neck, I suppose, and bloop, he's gonna disappear. Now Gambit again. Prepare your Iron Ball. Crouch. And smash this bird with a charge or two. Like so. Now crouch and walk all the way here. After that you can sprint. Like use the tree branch over there, or like the tree as a indicator on when to start sprinting. Now this is a strat that was made by Arham like a really long time ago. It's very consistent, it's very safe, and I really like how it works. It's basically like you stand here behind this like a tree log and wait for this guy to patrol over here, and once he's like past the tree, you're just gonna go around and continue your path, and he will never like do anything to you. Alternatively, you can like stand around here and free aim a sleep pot to him, or even like if you had like sleep arrows, you can just headshot him with a like use a Mighty Shot and headshot him to insta sleep him. Either works, either is fine. I just didn't get any sleeping arrows, so I took this like safe way of doing it. It's a really comfy strat, especially if you're like not going for speed. And for here, you're just gonna like crouch walk so that this guy doesn't see you while you're going around this area, and that you don't fall off like I almost did there. Now you can Gambit again here, and once you cross this line, an event will trigger and this guy will start facing this side. We're gonna throw a kukri over here, wait until the dude over here walks here, and the dude over here walks here, and then we can like sprint it safely. You can also like alternatively sleep them after like the kukri, but unless you're getting the like bell over there, it's really not worth sleeping them. So yeah, sprint and up the elevator. At this point, you only have Maliketh, Gideon, which isn't like an actual boss in this route, Horelu, and Elden Beast, which also isn't an actual boss at this like for this route. You'll be surprised by how easy they are. But this fight is one of the fights that you will have to practice quite a lot. He has different openers. He usually like dashes towards you and like starts with a stab. That one like you can just roll to the side and like continue the combo until like you bait the slam, and I'll teach you how to do that in a second. But for this example, or like for this kill, he actually decided to like do the slow start, which is like slow walking and then throwing projectiles, and I think it's a good showcase of that phase. I think I like messed up something. I'm pretty sure I like he did one charge and then I did a second charge. The second charge missed, and then the game added an extra input, which is like a regular R1. Maybe that was a different run, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. So yeah, the fight wasn't the cleanest, therefore like I'm going to like showcase it a few times and teach you how to bait the ground stab that you will like use a lot to make the fight faster. it's much better than what do you call it? It's way fucking better than waiting until he does the drag attack. So you start the fight with Glintblades, and as you can see, he did the slow start here. So this drag attack he does, if you're close, it's going to be like 4 directional, like here, 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 here. But if you're far away, like I am in this clip, he will like use his hand, drag it a bit, and then the claws will start showing up. So you'll basically either roll them or jump them. I think personally jumping them is like easier and more lenient on timing, but definitely try what's best for you. And then he throws another projectile, you can just roll that one. Now this is the like ground stab bait that I'm talking about. He always does this quick combo, which is like left, right, and whatnot. So he starts here, that's right to left, right to left, left, sorry, right, left, right. You roll that, and then he was going to do another combo, and then finally he will end it with a stab. Just gonna do a charged. And if you don't miss it, you can like instantly stagger him and transition him to second phase. I did miss it, and the game added an extra R1, as I said earlier. That was like extremely lucky, as you can see. Like the attack barely missed me. I don't think I should have been alive after that, but here we are. As you know, and as everyone says, it can't be a hitless run without a bit of scuff. So yeah, he does the right, left, right, right, left, and then into stab. You do another charge, that's the stagger, and that's the transition. Now, I'm just gonna like load the game again. Whoops, it's not loading. Help! There we go. I'm gonna showcase the grab, or like the stab combo, and like how to bait it. Usually you want to like roll sideways, and light roll always helps with it. I'm not gonna even buff for this one, just gonna showcase it. And then we can like do a attempt on the kill. So he usually starts with this stab, which you roll sideways, roll sideways, roll sideways. And when he does the stab, you back off for a bit, and you attack. If he does the like ground stab, you're just gonna have to like roll it and jump, or like roll both, whichever like is easier for you, as I said. You can also do this earthquake move. I like to throw a kukri to like keep poise down when that happens. And yeah, you just keep rolling sideways and then back off. When he does the drag, you can just do that. Backstep. Do a charged. Do a charged. Riposte. Then do a charged. And you can kill him that way. Now let's actually go through the like strat that we wanna go for. It's not a consistent strat. You will have to learn, and you must learn this fight. This fight is like one of the most important fights to learn, and it's going to help you so much when you learn it properly. Like, you would be surprised by how fun and how easy it's going to be. Now, this is the strat, and hopefully I don't mess it up again. You're basically gonna have to go in, stand almost here, Glintblade, wait until he like runs towards you with the stab, roll, 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 and when he does the stab, do a charge. Wait for another stab, do another charge, that's stagger. Back off for a bit, do that, go back in, and that's kind of it. I don't think I explained it well. I'll redo it again. Basically, you want to like bait the stab twice after the Glintblade Phalanx. And the second one will usually like stagger him. And if it doesn't stagger him, that's fine. That's like something you will have to start learning, or like you learn how to deal with. But basically we're gonna do Phalanx again. We're gonna unlock actually, so that it doesn't miss. And now we lock again. We're just gonna roll the follow-ups. Bait that. You can throw a kukri as I said earlier, to like keep the poise down. Then do a charged. That's the stagger that we want. Do another charged, and that's the transition. Now you back off, do the glint blades. Whoops. I kind of messed up near the end. Completely like forgot what I wanted to do, and ended up getting hit because of that. But yeah, let's do it again. Go in. Stand almost here. Unlock. When they hit, relock again. Do a charge attack. You're gonna have to dodge these. As I said, it doesn't always stagger. You don't always have to expect it to stagger. You can roll the, like, what do you call it? Like the drag that he does. If you think you're slow on the Glintblade Phalanx, like I was earlier. And that like gets rid of the randomness factor. Or like the slowness factor, which is what I am right now. I'm extremely slow because like I'm sort of getting exhausted from talking. That's so funny to say. But yeah, essentially like you just back off, you glint blade, go back in on the second drag like that. So see, he does a first drag, wait for the second. By that time I'm like super close to him. I just do one charged, and I do another, and then I just kill him with another third charged. You can riposte and like do another charge. That also works. That should be like probably even better. But yeah, just like use the runes here. Level up strength. And once you like reach the 79 strength, so like let's keep that in mind. 79 STR equals 99 with buffs. Wow, I love writing with mouse in my not dominant hand. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. 99 strength is going to be like the end goal, and once we get like 79 strength, we're just gonna like level up the rest into endurance, because why not? Endurance is nice. So yeah, just keep going up here. Nothing really difficult. You can like drink the physic on the way, like on the elevator. I didn't do that in the run. Frag Blade, Golden Vow, then grant me strength, drink, remove both, and here's the strat. He starts yapping, right? When he says, "What a sad state of affairs," like this line, This line is extremely important. When he says that, you can get 3 attacks in. Anything before that, he will only allow 2 attacks and then you will have to fight him. So because we want to get rid of like any sort of fighting with this garbage of a boss fight named Gideon Ofnir, we're just gonna do 1 charge after the what a sad state of affairs. Wait until he buffs. Like that on the 2nd attack, and then we're gonna attack the 3rd time. So let's do it real quick actually. Oops, I accidentally like went to my desktop. So yeah, say garbage Ofnir. Just gonna drink. Buff. Buff again. Excuse me. Buff again. Drink. Get rid of these 3. Because like, who cares about them now? Stand behind this guy. He set the line. 1 charged. 2 charged. And a 3rd. And the fight is over. It's fairly simple, it's fairly easy, it's fairly straightforward. We shouldn't be having any issues with this one. As long as you timed it correctly, you should never have any issues with him. Now we're just gonna speed up 8 times because he's way too fucking slow. We're gonna go up the tree. And we're gonna level up strength. Oh, I really hope my random ramblings isn't affecting the like informations or like the video itself. I didn't expect the video to be like almost 4 hours. I'm being serious. Like I thought, oh yeah, it would be like 3 hours tops, but somehow I have so much to say about everything. This fight is like the Golden Shade Godfrey that we fought earlier. You have to learn it. I'm sorry, like there is so little that I can teach you about this fight besides like a few hints on like when to dodge certain attacks. And I'm going to teach you like how to like deal with the fissure attack that he does. But besides that, you really just have to like fight the fight and practice it on your own. It's not difficult. I will link like extreme endurance skills, as I said earlier, so you can like always watch them and learn from them. And if you have questions about certain attacks that like you've tried to practice on your own and failed to learn them, always feel free to ask on Discord or even DM me on Discord if that's something you'd like to do. I'm always open to like DMs and more than happy to help you. So yeah, just do some buffs here. And like this fight is super fucking fast. Like you barely have to learn much about it, but you still have to learn. Because like he has 2 different openers, for example, like one where he like dashes to the right, to the left of you. And another one where he does like the 2 chops. You have to like recognize them. The chops you like most likely have to dodge it. And like the timing can be really awkward since you're in the middle of an attack and can be like roll caught or something. So definitely practice it. You start the fight by going around the boss. Like he's going to do a drag attack like that, and you're going to do a running section like that, and you're going to meet up almost here. Like both of you. Like so. Do a charged on that. When he dashes away, we're gonna do a jumping up 1. Now he's like at the HP level to do the fissure attack, which is like the huge line over here that explodes. I genuinely recommend that you like learn how to deal with this attack, and not by running away, but like by punishing it, because it's such a huge punish window. Like He's going to do the stab. I roll, and I do like a regular R2. And then he's going to stomp, so I roll again, and I do an R2. Like, the timing is pretty difficult to get the grasp of at the start. Like this one. I see his leg raising, and then I know that I need to dodge. Like so. And then when I see this explosion, the moment it like turns completely white, like that, see? Like how it's almost completely white. I roll, and then it's almost perfect. And I just keep like doing R1s and like, sorry, R2s. No buffs, no anything, just regular R2s. Like so. And since he like dashed away again, I just did a jumping R1. Transition. The same thing that you did at the start, you're gonna circle around him and you're gonna meet up almost here. Go around him, do a charged. And since like I was building up poise from the like fight earlier, I managed to stagger him at the start. And look at that beefy damage, oh my god. 10k in 3 charge attacks. That's fucking wild. You can't tell me that's not wild. But yeah. Now onto the easiest fight in existence. And I'm being serious when I say it's easy. It's the easiest. Just level up strength. You get 79 strength, and like the rest goes to endurance. We're gonna like go through this real quick. Just quit out to make a save file. Go in. Now this fight is completely scripted. Like from the start to the finish, there is no like any possibility of anything going wrong, and I promise you. You start with the physic, obviously, Cracked Blade, and then you're gonna do Golden Vow, and then you're gonna do the Flame Grant Me Strength. While you're getting flashbanged by this cutscene, I like to get rid of the dagger, because like we're not gonna use the Golden Vow again. And I'm sorry for your eyes. Skip the cutscene. Run in. As Radahn is going through the like starting few footsteps that he does normally, we're gonna do 2 charge attacks. That's like his transition is almost like 4,000 something, where he like will always do a scripted stomp attack, and we're doing 5,600 at the moment, so that's well over the what do you call it, like the transition point. So he's just gonna instantly go for the transition attack after the cutscene, or like the starting footsteps that he does. We're just gonna do a jumping R2 on this one. And once he's in the air, you'll need to like learn this timing, and this is the only thing that you're gonna have to dodge in this whole fight. Like I usually use the glow and like how it walks, or like how it moves to the side. I don't know how to explain it even better. Like, you see how the like hammer goes from here to here near the end? Let's see. See? Like when it starts moving, I know that he's going to slam, and then I prepare my rod. I do a charge, and the riposte is going to kill him now. Do Cracked Blade. Flame Grant Me Strength because it ran out. And it's time for the Elden Beast. I see so many people doing the same mistake. Don't rush going to this side. Please, for the love of God, do not rush going to that side. You have the time. You have so much time. Like genuinely, you have so much time. Sprint until you're like past the sword. Once you're past the sword, just walk towards him and do 2 charged. Like here, stop. 1, 2. And now just start walking here and like sprint even ever so slightly. Like you don't even have to, but like if you're still paranoid like me, sprint ever so slightly. And then stop. And do 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. There you have it. That's Elden Ring 80% no hit with the Ironborn. This was way longer than I expected it to be. Hopefully I covered as many details as I humanly can, I guess. And hopefully you enjoyed the like guide and learned from it, because like that's what matters for me, is that like you learn from it, that I'm not just rambling to myself. Now mend the Elden Ring and enjoy the cutscene of your victory. I'm just gonna let it play. I need to like go get some water. Thank you guys for watching. If you have more questions, if you have feedback, always feel free to like let me know. This was like my first tutorial, and I hope that I gave it or like that I did a good job by like showcasing the stuff that I wanted to showcase and by like explaining stuff. But there's only one way to tell, and that's your feedback. That was a cycle. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully it's going to be rune level 1 plus 0. No status effects, no hit, any percent. Hopefully soon. Maybe in a few months. Who knows? I'm bad at the game. Either way, see ya.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
OMG, wow, sub 2 hours. Alright, thank you for watching. Take care everyone. See ya.